Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're listening to the What It Do podcast.
Get you going.
Oh, yeah.
Get your numbers all mixed up at work? Like, oh, wait a second.
I've had that happen too many times.
Oh, well.
Hey, guys, welcome back to another episode of the What It Do podcast. In the studio this week, we have Mr. Michael Wright from Blades and Banners.
That's it. Hello.
Man,
Welcome.
Thank you for coming,
Thank you,
man.
gentlemen. Appreciate you having
absolutely,
me.
man. You got so much cool stuff in that store.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I told you before we got started. You know, my son buys all his knives. I bought me some of these signs from your store.
Yeah, intelligent people. I respect that.
Oh yeah,
I own one of your swords, by the way. I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's the coolest
Thank you,
store.
Abraham.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's the coolest store in the mall. Like, I walked in there, I'm like, oh my God, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And then I showed up like 2 days later. I'm like, I'm buying a sword.
Well, he did because he did talk about it. He's like, I got to go back and buy that sword. And I'm like, all right.
And that's when I was like, hey, let's get him on.
Yeah. So thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You're very welcome.
Thanks for the sword. Hey, guys.
Sure,
If
you're
and the
welcome.
sword.
I know. Is the camera on me?
Yes.
But, man, check out this bad boy. He brought it. Thanks, Michael.
You are
Look
welcome.
at that. Oh, man, I feel like an anime
Push
character.
it. Push it with that hand. There you go.
There we go. We got it.
Hey, look at that.
Ooh.
I think it's tight, man.
Yeah, nice addition to the studio.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Thank
Look
you.
at that, dude.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
I sent it to my son. He's like, "What? That's the sword guy, right?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's what we have in the studio." But I guess I'm going to just ask you some questions because I'm kind of curious. When did you get started?
So, 2021, we opened Blades and Banners here in the Sunset Mall in San Angelo.
Okay.
And been very well received by the community. We do a lot of katanas. It's probably a pretty good percentage of our business. We do a lot of pocket knives. We sell Cobra Tech, which is a Texas-based company.
Okay.
We sell their OTF knives.
Those are
Spring
cool.
Assist Open. Oh yeah,
Those
they're
are
great
like the
knives.
switchblade that just like pops straight out the front.
Oh, okay.
That's what OTF stands for?
Yeah, out the front.
Out the front.
In Texas, they're perfectly legal. Many states, for whatever reason, they're still illegal.
Yeah.
I'm from New Mexico, and you can't own those in New Mexico, sadly.
Oh,
Come
what?
on, New Mexico.
Which is bizarre. I mean, New Mexico has been an open carry state since before it was part of the Union, back when it was a territory. So you can open carry a gun, but not an OTF knife. Bizarre. But
That's crazy. Do they have size limits on like other knives?
they do have a blade length limit in New Mexico. I think it's essentially the length of your palm, 3.5, 4 inch
Oh,
blade
okay.
length, unless you're hunting or something like that.
Yeah.
Texas used to be like that for a long time. You couldn't have more than like a 5-inch knife or the size of your palm.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
then I think it was like maybe 6-7 years ago. They changed it.
2019, Governor Abbott changed the blade laws,
Oh, no kidding.
which is
good.
the reason we're open here in Texas.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Look, then all of a sudden, people walking around with swords, people
Yeah.
walking around with assault rifles on their backs, and I'm like,
But hey, what's going on, guys?
yeah, I was like,
How's it going?
yeah. It's great. You're really exercising your rights, but there's
Oscar, a well-armed society is a polite society.
This is
right,
true.
Abraham?
Absolutely.
You agree with
This
that?
is true, very much.
Yeah.
Very
I'll
much.
give you that. Yes.
Very much. Everybody's
Especially when
like,
it's like,
handshake?
hey,
Handshake.
buddy. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah, it is a very nice, a very polite society.
You know,
Absolutely.
so we were talking a little bit off the podcast, and you were saying, I mean, you've traveled to Cambodia and Thailand.
Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, lived in Southeast Asia for a bit.
How are the blade laws over there?
In the Philippines, the blade laws are pretty lax. In Cambodia, there's really not enforcement.
Okay.
Okay.
So you see a lot of guns in the Philippines. Philippines actually has pretty liberal gun laws, somewhat like the United States. You can own a gun. They do have a background check like we do here in the United States, but you can own a gun if you're a native to the Philippines. A little bit more difficult if you're an expat.
Okay.
So I had gotten into butterfly knives for a little while, like
Filipino knife, absolutely.
badly into. I think I spent like maybe a couple of $1,000s on some really nice butterfly knives. But I didn't know that they're actually illegal to own. Well, maybe it's a certain size over there because they have this giant one over there that I've seen pictures of.
Yeah.
But they're illegal to own or maybe illegal to carry in the Philippines.
That might be correct, but you still see people with them. So.
Yeah.
They're not enforced, maybe not heavily unless.
Yeah, there's just so many people in the Philippines, and the government is relatively small for a country of about 150 million.
Oh, okay.
Very
yeah.
difficult to enforce those laws.
Yeah.
Wow, there's that many people in the Philippines?
Yeah,
So it's like,
Why
if
did
you
I
get
think it was
caught,
smaller
What is it
than
like?
that?
Manila, I think, is the biggest.
yeah, I would say
it is.
Manila.
Yeah, my wife and I, we lived in Cebu City and Argao Philippines.
Wow.
Which Argao is about the same size as San Angelo.
Okay.
Cebu City has, I think it's over 1 million people, so it's a nice modern city. Good medical care and everything.
Is that the cluster of islands?
The
That's
Philippines-
not right, or is it an actual like?
There's 7,000 islands in the
Oh,
Philippines.
okay. God damn, my geography is off.
It's a beautiful country.
Oh, it
is.
Well, yeah, it's by the ocean. Anywhere, I guess.
They
anywhere.
speak Spanish over there, I think, in the Philippines. Is it?
They speak in a lot of different languages are spoken in the Philippines. English is actually the native or the official language of
okay.
the Philippines.
Oh, see, that's good to know because I want to go traveling, right? And of course I'm not versed in world anything, right? But it's great to know that they speak a lot of English there because I would hate to go there and be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't even. Where do I direct myself? Where I say, hey, I need to go to this hotel room. I need to go to this resort. Hell, where's the restroom?
They'll probably still mess with you. You're like,
Yeah, they probably will. That's
it's-
that.
yeah,
We're blessed we speak English. It's second most spoken language, or I guess
the world,
maybe
right?
the most spoken language in the world.
Yeah.
As far as a second language, it is the most spoken
Yeah.
in the world. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you can definitely get along with it. Same in Cambodia.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, you can go to Siem Reap, Cambodia, or Phnom Penh, the country's capital city. Be plenty of English speakers there.
Oh, okay.
So easy to get along. Japan as well. I've been to Tokyo. It's easy enough to get along with English there as well. So
No kidding.
yeah,
that's all good to know.
I need to travel.
you need to travel. It's a
Absolutely.
good move.
Are you military or ex-military?
No,
No? Okay.
military family, but no, I didn't serve
Okay.
in the.
Yeah.
That's usually who I hear of that goes, is usually ex-military that makes all the world
Yeah.
travels, I have a couple of buddies that they are always going that direction all the time.
Yeah.
They're all
What's that big
ex-military.
base? It's Okinawa, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okinawa. In the Philippines, it was Clark, which was destroyed by a volcano a long time ago. So
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's one way to tell you get out.
I did not. Wow, that's great. Well, of course, it's a cluster of islands. So I guess they're all maybe not active volcanoes, but they're all
active and inactive, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 'cause what's that whole region there, right? They call it like the circle of fire, right?
That
'Cause there's
sounds
all-
right.
Yeah, there's all those volcanoes in that in that region.
Just waiting for one to go off, right?
Oh man,
Yeah,
dude, I
exactly.
see some of the videos and I don't even know if they're real or not. Because I'm like, dude, that is so. If I ever saw a mountain explode out the top, I don't even know what do you do with that? Like if you got a tornado, all
Say
right, you
bye.
can move your, you can get in your vehicle, you can take off, right? What scares
you're
me?
not going nowhere.
Yeah, you're not going. You're on an island. That thing's going off, and I'm like, oh, what
Where to
about
go?
that? Oh, it's a hell
Get
of
on
a
your
way to go.
kayak.
I like, well, see, even then, I was like, when all that, lava hits the water, all the steam, it gets hot.
Yeah.
You're not swimming in
No,
that
you're not
water.
going far at all.
No, and of course, I mean, yes, volcanoes are scary, but then earthquakes when the ground underneath you moves, I'm like, yeah, how do you do this?
Yeah, what terrifies you more, Oscar? What do you think?
Earthquakes?
Earthquake? How about you, Abraham? What do you think? Volcano? Earthquake?
If I'm over there in the Philippines, probably a volcano.
Volcano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Pompeii. You guys, I'm sure, are familiar with
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's absolutely incredible. People just frozen in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Absolutely. It is horrendous.
The ash when it
Yeah,
just kind of wherever you were laying at it just
it covered you and it
mummified you.
solidified.
Yeah,
oh,
basically.
no
completely
kidding.
encased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Just frozen in time for all eternity.
Can you imagine?
I heard a story that some of them, like I'm sure there's a bunch that are just a solid piece of rock, basically. But I heard some of them, the rock made a mold around them, and they're basically gone. So what some of these historians would do, or not historians, I guess archaeologists would do, is they would pump like some type of plaster into the opening.
Yeah, plaster casting.
Yeah, plaster
Oh,
casting,
no
and then
kidding.
they'll pull the piece of plaster casting out, and then they have the image of the person that was basically encased inside
No
that.
shit.
Yeah,
There's thousands of examples there in Pompeii.
No kidding.
That's crazy.
Where have I been?
I got to
It's
check out my
crazy.
first vomitorium.
What
That was in Pompeii. I'm sure you guys know about
I have
vomitoriums.
no idea what that is.
Oh.
No?
no,
So in
Hit me with
ancient,
some knowledge.
so ancient Rome, ancient Italy, you would go and you would feast, enjoy yourself, drink
Mm-hmm.
a lot of alcohol like we're doing, which is good. A lot of food, you really overindulge, and then you say, I'd really like this to continue. But, I'm full, so
gotta
let's go to the
purge.
vomitarium. So they'd walk over to the vomitarium, they would purge, empty their stomachs, and they'd go back and they'd start feasting and drinking again.
Wow.
How about that?
No
Kind
kidding.
of sounds like a sin to me, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Gluttony, right?
Gluttony.
Rome,
Yeah.
Rome
one of
was
the
wild.
7 deadly ones, man.
Rome was wild.
Oh,
Rome
absolutely.
was wild.
A vomitorium.
Yeah.
The brothels. And this was interesting how you find a brothel in Pompeii or
Don't gross me out.
So it was just a large penis which was carved into the rock, pointing to the nearest brothel.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I guess it works, right?
yeah.
That's
You know where to go.
pretty
Hey, it
that's
doesn't matter
crazy.
how drunk you are. Just look for like, oh, I know where to go from here.
Oh man, it's
I
like,
know
I'm,
where
not,
I'm
I'm not
going.
ready for this night to end. I'm gonna go to the vomitorium first, and then go hit a brothel up. Oh
That
man,
was
dude,
the plan back in the day, huh?
those.
Watch the movie. There's a movie called Pompeii,
Yeah.
and it's actually like the newer version is really good. And
Oh, I gotta watch it.
It's a good one.
Oh man, of course that was the volcano. What wasn't the Library of Alexandria there? Is
That was in Alexandria.
that was in
That was
Alexandria? Oh,
Alexandria.
okay. See, my geography's off.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Pompeii was it was a Roman city. On
Yeah, it's just a day trip from Rome.
yeah. Isn't it like Mount Vesuvius was a mountain or the
That's
volcano that blew up?
Oh man, so it's just like it blew up. I would say it blew up. It erupted, and then everything just flowed down. I guess for people to be encased in ash, I guess it really hit them, but it just covered a good area, and
Oh, yeah.
everybody just got.
So you know,
ash.
we're sitting here talking about like, what do you fear most, volcanoes or earthquakes? Mm-hmm. For me, volcanoes, because these people weren't even on an island and they couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
It's true.
That is pretty cool.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's like,
Earthquake, if you're not inside a building, you're probably all right.
yeah.
But it's like to me, it's like all right. So the mountain goes off, right? And I'm sure there were signs that the thing was gonna.
I'm
pop.
sure it was smoking for days.
Yeah,
and
it was
everybody
smoking for
like,
days. Like, oh,
It does
just-
that.
It
It's not
does
a
that.
big deal. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it.
It does that.
Yeah.
Like it's probably gonna rain.
We got some family coming in next week anyway.
Yeah. After
big old
that,
cloud.
we'll look into maybe just kind of relocating, you know? But like when the ground underneath you moves, what do you do? Like you can't drive. The whole thing's shaking. What if, like, I keep hearing this stuff like in California, right? What's that fault line? The San Andreas Fault.
Yeah.
When that thing goes, it's an entire chunk of landmass that's moving underneath you. And it was like, what if it just goes
into the ocean.
into the ocean or caverns or so that because you hear about sinkholes all the time. You know,
yeah.
that thing shakes up enough, everything goes into that sinkhole.
I would hate to be in California driving over a bridge when an earthquake hits.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That would
Yeah,
be
the
that would
Bay
be
Bridge, right? That collapsed on itself.
That'd be
Pancakes.
terrifying. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
By the way, Indonesia has the Ring of Fire.
The Ring of Fire, Indonesia. Okay.
But but it's a big area covered.
Yeah, it
right?
is a very big
Okay,
area. Yep.
Still, I mean, I'm sure it's beautiful. I don't know. It's got to be beautiful. I've
Oh, it's
seen.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've only seen pictures, and I'm sure that doesn't even do it justice.
And the cost of living. I know one gentleman lives in Siem Reap, Cambodia, and he has a YouTube channel. Dave Does Cambodia. He has an
look that up.
apartment, and it's $60 a month for an efficiency apartment.
$60
Wow.
a
Yeah,
month.
which I believe includes
And he's living in
free
paradise.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's very nice over there.
Free Wi-Fi.
Once you get used to the heat and the humidity, it's a nice place to be.
Be all right.
Yeah.
My first visit to Cambodia, I wore a black travel shirt, and I would just sweat profusely. And for the first few days, the shirt was just covered in white, just all the salt escaping my pores. But after about a week of being there, it was all out of my system. So
Yeah.
probably
used
pretty
to
good
it.
for you.
Yeah.
Oh man, does it get like hot there? I know it gets humid.
It's like 90, 95
Oh,
degrees,
God.
with an equatable.
Yeah. Do they have mosquitoes?
Oh yeah,
Okay, they do have.
yeah, some mosquitoes. but the resorts
They're international.
they'll spray for mosquitoes. But,
Yeah.
but the humidity and the temperature, yeah, it'd be a little uncomfortable. But you get used to anything.
Oh
after
man,
a
see
while.
that's another thing. You know, I'm sure it's beautiful. The mosquitoes, the spiders.
Just cover yourself in mud.
There's so many insects.
I would
It
do that.
sure sounds like it.
So my wife, she was working in Dubai at the time, and I was flying her into Cambodia to spend a couple weeks there with me. And I told her when she got there, I said, we're going to go to a French restaurant, world renowned, which was completely true. So she gets there, and that night we get a tuk-tuk, which is a carriage pulled
Yeah.
by a motorcycle.
Oh
seen
yeah,
those.
I remember
Yeah.
that one.
And they take us to the Bug Cafe. Everything on the menu is insects.
Oh my god.
How was it? How was it though?
It's pretty good. I mean, they have tarantula donuts,
That's
Oh.
crazy.
deep fried, battered and deep
Tiffany,
fried
you hate spiders,
tarantula.
right?
I do. I absolutely do.
Scorpions on a skewer, ant-filled egg rolls.
I would try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah,
I would definitely try.
I wouldn't make it a consistent part of my diet.
No.
But for something different.
Yeah, for something
It
different.
was
yeah.
kind of nice. I enjoyed it.
Escargot, I'm sure.
escargot,
You
mosquito.
know, I didn't see escargot.
Really?
I'm sure they probably have
They
it.
probably had it.
Mosquito patties. You ever seen
I
those?
have seen that.
Mosquito
South
patties?
America.
Never seen one. Mosquito patty.
Yeah, they just a bunch of mosquitoes and they just make a patty out of it.
It looks just like a meat patty.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah,
South America has a bunch of. I've seen.
Is
them.
it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Dominican.
because they boil, right? They boil the mosquitoes and they kind of just like.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very appetizing at all.
Absolutely not.
Uh,
Hey, but if you're
Don't
hungry,
knock it until you try it, right?
if
Yeah,
you're
that's
hungry,
true.
you're gonna
That's-
eat whatever, though. I mean, how
true.
hungry are you?
Oh man, not that hungry yet.
Nah.
I mean, I've had cricket. I've had ants. I've had grasshopper.
You're working your way up. You'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
up to the
yeah.
tarantulas and scorpions.
Yeah,
before
I
you
don't
it,
know,
Oscar.
man. That's kind of a long way for me to go. I'm sure they're delicious. I'm sure they're good.
As long as it's not living. That's a bridge too far
Yeah.
for me.
That's why it's so hard for me. Where I'm like balut. You know what balut is?
I never tried balut in the Philippines.
No?
That's one thing I didn't want to try.
Yeah,
I feel like that
Think about
seems to
it,
be the
little-
thing.
The feathers, the beak, swallowing like you would an oyster. No.
And I'm like, how do you?
I didn't
how are
do
you
that
chewing on that? And everyone said, though, everyone that I asked, or the ones that have tried it, said, oh, everything's soft. Yeah, like you don't. The beak's soft. All the bones are soft. And I'm like, well, I get it. They're still in the egg, but I'm like,
Nope.
little tickle back of your throat.
I mean,
'cause,
it's like
a feather went the
it's
wrong
like
way.
maybe two weeks from being fully formed. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, no, it's a full bird.
yeah, but it's like 2 weeks from all of that being hardened. You know, like come on now, it's like right there. It's basically a full on bird already.
But you know what? I shouldn't knock it because I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, me neither. But
I
come
say
on.
we do it on
Yeah.
the podcast.
Okay, you go
Hey,
ahead and
hold
find
on. I
something.
didn't say that.
I just saw a video yesterday. As a matter of fact, this guy he had pulled this. It looked like a rock. Actually, it looked like a coconut. Something he pulled out of the ocean. And he was in like somewhere in Southeast Asia, and he cuts this thing open, and inside of it, there's a squid inside there, a small one.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, perfect." He was like, he didn't know it was in there. He was just going for this. I guess it was some kind of fruit that he got, and he saw that, and he just grabbed it, and it's alive,
it in his
and
mouth.
just threw it in his mouth while the tentacles are just like latching onto him, and he's
They're all
just
like, no.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I could do
It's
that.
adventurous cuisine, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no
Man.
kidding. I see somebody they get the octopus and they pull the legs back and then they reach in there and grab that beak
And just-
What?
and just rip it out and they just start eating it. And I'm like, it's fresh. right?
As long as there ain't no
Undoubtedly,
blue
huh?
ring
Oh
octopus.
man,
Sure tastes salty.
I'll stick with my calamari. Guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would do
Calamari is
that.
great.
It's a lot
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
It's a
calamari.
lot better. But man, so man, you've traveled.
Love travel. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you said your wife. How was Dubai? Did you ever spend time?
Oh, yeah. United
How was
Arab
that?
Emirates. It's absolutely phenomenal.
So you said your wife was there for work.
She worked in Dubai for 10 years.
Okay.
She was an architectural engineer, industrial engineer, and architect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what did you do before you got into knives?
Baseball cards.
No kidding.
Had a baseball card store for the better part of 20 years. Had it in New Mexico, moved it here to San Angelo.
Okay.
Did real well. It's a fun business to be in.
Yeah.
It's kind of up and down though, isn't it? The baseball cards.
It is. It's at a very high point right now. Shohei Ohtani autographed logo patch sold for $3 million, I believe, in December.
Wow.
Well, that's something I need to. I want to dabble in a little bit. I don't get talk about it. I mean, because I know Pokemon cards are crazy. You know, baseball cards obviously are crazy. The whole that whole world is absolutely fascinating to me because I don't know, like, where do you find these buyers? You know, how do you come across? To me, I mean, it would scare me to be like, hey, I'm going to open up a card store, not knowing anything about cards. You know, of course, you would have to know something about cards. But like, where do you find all these cards? How do you find your buyers? Do you just
So to find a buyer for a card like that, you're talking like a Christie's auction house,
okay?
something along those lines. Maybe even eBay to an extent. I believe maybe eBay purchased Christie's. I'm not completely sure about that, but I seem to recollect hearing that.
So you post a lot on eBay, obviously.
Actually, when I had the card shop, it was all brick and mortar.
No kidding.
Did not
Wow.
sell on eBay. So
That's
Wow.
great. Like just to be able to do it all brick and mortar. You don't have to worry about the internet at all. It's just like just worry about my store. That's it.
yeah, it was fun that way. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so there's a good sized demographic in San Angelo to
you-
sell to. No kidding.
Oh yeah, you build pretty good camaraderie with your client base as well. Wow, you get to know what specific teams people like. Some guys like the Astros. I'm a Chicago Cubs
Absolutely.
fan myself.
The Cubs are great. I like the Cubs too.
Yeah,
There's a lot of history with the Cubs.
07 and 08 champions, and
Yeah.
then they took a break for about 100 years and came back. And
They sure did. They sure did. They had a curse, man. There was a curse on them. For
the curse of the goat.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, you guys familiar with the curse of the goat?
No.
So
Hit me with some
tremendous Chicago Cubs fan.
Okay.
Lived not too far from Wrigley Field, and he had a pet goat. He loved this goat. It meant the world to him. This goat never left his side, and he loved Chicago Cubs. He said, "You know what? I'm going to take the Cub to a baseball game. I'm going to take the goat to a Cubs game." So they go, and he's got the goat with him, and he's there. He said, "I need to buy 2 tickets." I guess 2 tickets. Yeah, okay, we'll sell you 2 tickets. And he looks over. There's a goat. I guess, yeah, one for me, one for my goat. I said, well, I don't see any prohibition on goats. I mean, if you're buying him a ticket,
Yeah.
okay, we'll let the goat in. So he goes. He's sitting down, just waiting for the baseball game to start. The game actually does start, and some people start complaining. Oh, this guy's got a goat in the ballpark. What's the deal with the goat? And as the game went on, more people complained. They talked to people at Wrigley. They came down and said, "Sir, we're sorry, but you're going to have to leave and take your goat with you." I said, "Well, no, I bought a ticket for myself. I bought a ticket for the goat. We're going to stay in. We're going to enjoy the Cubs game."
Yeah.
I said, "Sorry, sir, we've got to go." "Okay, well, I'll go, but not before I curse this team."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
No
He
kidding.
cursed the team, and it was, I think, about over a century until they won the World Series again.
Wow.
Let that be a
Whoa,
lesson.
that's crazy.
And over the years, they would try. I think it was Piniella, I believe, that was managing the Cubs, and he was a Catholic. And he said, "Well, we've got to break this curse. We're in the playoffs." So he contacted the Archdiocese of Chicago, and they sent about 20 priests, some monks to the ballpark, to Wrigley, and they blessed the ballpark, trying to rid the team of the curse. But unfortunately, it didn't work that year. But
the
about
curse
8 years
held up.
later, they won. So.
Oh, okay. There was a delay time to get the
I wonder. I wonder. Speaking of that, I wonder what the new Pope. Because isn't he from
Pope Leo.
Chicago?
From Chicago, yeah.
Sadly, he's a White Sox fan.
Southside. Southside.
But that's okay.
That's funny. Wow, I did not know that. That's crazy. See, we got a medium coming in.
That's right. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
We have a meeting
See,
coming in.
I got to step on my game because I don't want her to curse me on the way out.
No, we don't want that.
Don't
Serious
tell her to
business.
leave. Whatever she says, yes, ma'am. You're
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Absolutely. He was like, "You like swords?"
You guys into superstitions?
No, not really.
Not so much.
I'm not so much into it, but my wife, mother-in-law, very big into it. Filipino culture,
Oh, okay.
there's so many superstitions.
Yeah.
Like one thing is mirrors. I grew up, you've got mirrors everywhere. Check yourself, whatever. In the Philippines, it's rare to see a mirror in a household.
Yeah.
They believe it's
really?
like an interdimensional gateway that spirits can come through the
Wow.
mirrors.
I always heard you're not supposed to have mirrors in your bedroom.
That's very true.
I got a big one in my bedroom.
I have the closet in our bedroom. It's a sliding door closet, and both
They're
doors
mirrors.
are big, huge floor to ceiling
Yeah,
mirrors.
floor to ceiling mirrors.
Oh, no. See, I didn't. I never really believed in superstition and stuff like that, right? Okay. We had a guest in here one time, and they talk about shadow people and stuff like that,
I believe in shadow people, yeah.
Do you really?
yeah.
Oh, man, we're fixing to get into some good stuff here in a minute. So I know people that have experienced it, and-
Shadow people?
Yeah, shadow people, and they don't know each other. So I've always got fascinated. I'm like, man, these guys don't know each other. And there's a long story on that, right? So we had a guest here, and he brought some tequila, and we got nice and toasty. And I get home, right? And I'm like, I lay down in bed, and I happen, I put my head down and everything, and I'm sitting there, and I see like this huge cloud over me. Huge, dark, sorry about that. This huge, dark cloud over me. And I'm like, what is that? And I'm drunk. I'll admit it. I was drunk, and
Tequila drunk.
Tequila drunk.
Tequila drunk.
And this cloud starts to come down, and I'm like, I'm starting it. Like, I can't move. I'm more curious than anything else.
So
it's
like
coming
sleep
down.
paralysis kind of thing?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm still moving. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Well, anyways, I see this thing just suck back up, right? And I happen to catch a glimpse to the hallway. And there's this other large black mass that comes out of it, and then there's 2 eyes. And I'm like, I'd never seen anything like that, right?
Fear of Jehovah.
Is that? Oh man, I don't know what that is. That sounds creepy right there. Well, it was there, you know, and then I saw it just go right back. What's crazy though is that I've always wondered, you know, these people that see shadow people, how do you not get up and run out when you can move? Or why do you stay in the house or stuff like that?
How could you live in a house
exactly?
like
I passed right out, and I'm like, I was so fearful that I went to sleep.
that? That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's extremely bizarre.
I've never seen an apparition, nor do I want to.
Oh no.
Noises I've heard. I actually lived in a haunted house in New Mexico.
Okay.
It was a brothel, and there was a gambler that was killed there, and I believe a prostitute as well.
That is cool.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't know.
He's all dead.
But to like live in a house that had some history like that, like that's actually kind of cool.
So it was a huge building. This was when I was a teenager, still living with mom and dad there, and they were away. And it was a huge building. It used to be in a several series of apartments, but it was just me and the entire complex. It used to be like 6 apartments. And late at night, you know, I'm just about to nod off, and I hear like a choking in the next room, a coughing, like somebody's trying to hack up a bone or something like that.
Okay.
But I had 2 dogs. One of them was a bloodhound, another was a chow. And I'm thinking, well, dog's yakking up a bone or something, so I better check on it and see if it's okay. So I get up, turn the lights on, and go to the next room where I heard the hacking sound. There's no dog whatsoever. And just a chill that sent up my spine was absolutely phenomenal. And so, well, where's the dog? Dog was way on the other side of the house. There's no way on earth that was the dog.
Yeah.
But the dogs both spent the night in my bedroom that night.
They heard it too.
Oh,
they were
yeah.
just like, what is that? Oh man.
And then probably a few months later, my mom was in that apartment, which was adjacent to my room. And she had this large jewelry case, which was 3.5, 4 feet tall, kept all her jewelry and whatnot in there. And 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, my brother had some friends over. They were in another apartment way on the other side of the building. And all of a sudden, I heard this giant smashing sound. So I get up, go next door to check on Mom, and that jewelry case had just been flung against the wall.
Oh no.
Just bashed into pieces. Oh. And it was probably 8 or 10 feet that jewelry case was thrown.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Oh man, that's the weirdest. Is that the New Mexico was the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
I've also seen, you know, I'm right near Roswell, New Mexico, within 100 miles of Roswell. So elementary school, we were going from Cloudcroft to Alamogordo, which Cloudcroft, 9,000 feet, Southern Rockies, is beautiful. Alamogordo's in the desert, 16 miles down the hill. So we're going down the hill from Cloudcroft to Alamogordo.
You say down the hill, like just down the hill.
Yeah, that's what you call it. You call it going to town. Cloudcroft, 600 people, not a lot of shopping, not a lot of restaurants. Alamogordo, it's 25, 30,000 people. A lot of restaurants and entertainment. So we're driving in my mom's Toyota Tercel, 1985 Toyota Tercel with the sunroof.
Nice.
She's got the sunroof open. Just a kid, I'm looking up to the sunroof, and I see a series of octagon-shaped craft. Ooh. Just no noise whatsoever. It's difficult to tell how large they were because I couldn't tell you how high in the sky they actually were. But just silently went by, not making a noise whatsoever at all, just very eerie.
No kidding.
This is in the 80s?
This would be probably early 1990s.
Early 90s?
Yeah, the car was an 85 Tercel.
Wow.
So I remember had the sunroof open.
Yeah, that's
So
nuts.
that-
So
New Mexico makes sense.
I know the crash didn't happen in Roswell. How far?
Corona. It happened in Corona, New Mexico.
Corona, New Mexico.
Yep.
Okay.
July 1947.
So, man, I'm sure like there's got to be a lot of stuff that happens around there, especially because there's a lot of empty space between these towns.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a lot of nothing out there.
A lot.
So, for you to see that, you know, oh man, that's nuts. Because I've had my own sightings, I guess you could say.
Okay, let's tell me about that, Oscar. What happened?
Okay, I know I've said it before.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I was how old was I? I was 14, maybe 15 years old, and I was working at my uncle's restaurant right outside of town, going towards Grape Creek. And of course, we had finished cleaning up. I want to say it was like 9:30, 9:45. You know, so I got started cleaning up early. So by the time I left, I was going. You know where Browns Pool is?
Yes, I know where Browns Pool
that
is.
overpass. I was driving up on the overpass, and I was sitting there. I was looking. And like I said, I'm 14, 15 years old, you know, I'm driving because my parents bought me a truck because they didn't want to take me to work. Hilarious. So anyways, I'm driving, right? And I'm starting to go over this overpass, and I'm looking, and I'm like, wow, it's extra dark out, And I'm like, where are all the stars at? Because I gaze at the sky all the time since I was as far as back as I can remember. And I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, wow, there's no stars, But I'm looking at down like where the street lights are, and I kind of look up a little bit. You can see some stars out in the distance. I look out to my left, I see stars out in the distance, but I look up just a little bit, no stars. I'm sitting there, and of course, on the right-hand side, there's the dam, So I can't really see anything. It just looks dark. I'm like, what? That's crazy. So me being curious, I pull over on top of the overpass. There's no cars out. It's one of the, that's before TikTok, Facebook, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So when at 9 o'clock, the streets were dead, out that direction. There's hardly anybody out. So anyways, I pull over, I'm over the bridge, and I get out, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, wow, it's like it's pitch dark, but there were parts that were darker than the sky, I guess you can say. I won't say advanced darkness, So anyways, I'm sitting there looking, and I start like tracing out where I can see the stars, and where I don't see the stars. And there was this huge rectangle over San Angelo.
Had to be massive.
Huge. Just I want to say, people are like, oh, like a football size? No. It was huge.
The whole city.
Yeah, it was huge. I can't be the only one that noticed it that night.
Like Independence Day, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But it was dark,
So just completely displaced your view of the stars and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it was something blocking it, right? I even drew it out because we were talking about it one time.
Oh, yeah.
And I started noticing, right? So I'm looking, I'm like, I am flabbergasted. I am like just blown away. But I go back to looking at the star line, where I can see where it's dark in the stars, and I start seeing stars appear. So I look back towards Grape Creek, and I can see the stars disappearing. And I'm like, what? Oh, it's moving. Whatever this thing is moving. So I'm sitting there watching this thing, and I see the stars starting to appear around it. And I'm like, is it shrinking? I'm like, no, it's not shrinking. It's going up. But at a speed that size, now that I'm sitting there, now that I'm older and I can really, think about how fast it was moving, this thing was kicking ass.
Yeah.
For it to be,
just to move off like that.
Yeah, just to move off like that. This huge, massive thing. So what I remember that night, I should say this is the front. That's what I saw that night.
So would you say it was maybe the size of like an aircraft carrier?
Oh, no. It was bigger than that? Yeah, it was big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's got to be... In the frame of thinking about it, it had to be a couple miles length and a couple miles wide.
Yeah.
Easy.
So it's not some top secret government project.
No. I was so mind blown.
Capable of.
Yeah, I go home and I tell my parents, and they're just like,
Go
like, what am I supposed to say that? What do I say to that?
You saw it.
What were you doing at work?
Yeah. And at that time we had no phones. Who do I call? You know, I don't call anybody. I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm telling everybody what I saw, and they're just like, okay. But but whatever that was, it was big, and I was like, I put it off for the longest time, dude. For the longest time, I'm like, I tell people the story and stuff like that. And it's like, I know nobody believes me, right?
Yeah, but you know what you saw.
Oh, I know what I saw. But that's not even the crazy part. I'm sitting there one day, I listened to a lot of podcasts, so I came across this one, and I want to say, I was Christopher something, right? But he was on a podcast, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and then he starts explaining this craft, and I'm like, I stop what I'm doing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm sitting there listening to this guy, and he's like, yeah, it was like miles, it was square, and it was floating as like a city-size object. And I'm like, well, yeah, it was pretty big because for it to cover the space that it did, and no humming, you couldn't hear anything. And he was describing this thing to a T, and I'm like, oh my god.
Now, where was he when he saw this?
They were in somewhere out in the Middle East, where he saw it. And I'm like, this is so mind blowing. I want to say maybe close to Egypt or whatever, somewhere out in that area. Yeah. But he described it to a T, and I'm like, good. I'm not the only one that's
not the only one, yeah.
But I know in San Angelo, I guess if I had a big enough net to cast,
somebody else saw it.
Somebody else saw it. There's no way you didn't see it because it literally covered the sky.
What year was this, would you say, Oscar?
Oh, man. See, I'm 42 now. I was 15 at the time. My math is horrible.
27 years ago?
Yeah, I want to say maybe 90, 96, 97. No, I was too young.
99?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe because I was I was a freshman or a sophomore. No, I'm lying because you're not 15.
A freshman, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be a freshman in high school. So it was most
Well, you see
mind-blowing.
something like that, you don't forget about it.
Oh no,
It's with you
that's
the rest of your life.
and that's not the only one I've seen.
No?
Oh no. Like I've seen some stuff where it's just like, of course, some of them I've had people there, and they were just like, "Yeah, can we get out of here?" Because I don't want to know what that is. You know, I don't want to find myself in a spaceship
Just be
getting
blind
probed.
to it. I just want to be blind to it.
Yes, and I was like, how do you?
Whatever.
It's literally right there. How do?
This is your fault, Oscar.
Wow, we're strapped to a clean table. They're about to probe us.
Now, how about cattle mutilations? Have you guys studied cattle mutilations?
No, I never have.
So there was an epidemic in New Mexico in the 1990s with cattle mutilations. Absolutely incredible. Friend of mine, Mutual UFO Network, William English, who was also involved in Project Blue Book, but he would publish all these cattle mutilation sites all over the state of New Mexico, and it was becoming an epidemic in New Mexico. There were so many cattle mutilations that Congressman Stephen Schiff, who represented our district in New Mexico, he led a congressional inquiry into what was causing these cattle mutilations, whether it was some kind of a government project or extraterrestrial related. Because a lot of these cattle farms, they were losing hundreds of heads of cattle a year to cattle mutilations.
So these mutilations, I don't know if you probably know this answer, but were they just like chopped up, or were they surgically cut? Or?
The organs were removed in a surgical manner.
Oh, okay.
And there was no blood left behind. It was like, lasers would have been used, something along those lines.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the genetic material was completely gone.
Very precise.
Then in White Sands, New Mexico, we had one human mutilation. I grew up on White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, and there was one human mutilation. Wow. He was a military policeman, and he was found mutilated in much the same manner as the cattle.
Organs were removed from him, too?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So this was
That's
huge
crazy.
in the 1990s. And then it just kind of faded away. You didn't really hear about it anymore when the 2000s came. Yeah.
Dude, that's mind blowing. That stuff like
yeah.
that happens.
Well,
it's funny how things like these, like big things like this, happen, and somehow they just kind of get brushed under the rug. Like they'll forget about it in 2 weeks.
Well, you hear those stories.
We're going to come up with something else that'll blow that away, and everybody will forget about that.
Especially bad now. Then it wasn't so bad. A story would, stay in people's minds for a bit longer back.
Yeah, now we're just so inundated with so much crap.
Like right now, it's the Epstein list right now. Everybo's all the Epstein list. Next week, it'll be something else, and everybody will forget about the Epstein list.
May have to start a war if it's bad enough.
Probably.
Probably,
yeah. But see, those are nuts though. But when like some of the actual stuff that happens, like I was telling you about the screw worm.
Oh yeah,
this happens literally in South Texas or West Texas. Yeah, Mexico, down that Sanderson County, out in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, what do you mean we're breeding screw worms?
Oh,
to
that's
go,
right.
Dump them over an area down in the Panama area, to kind of basically breed with each other so they don't have any more babies, because of course I don't know if you know,
they're
in Mexico,
sterile or something, right?
Yeah, they're sterile, so they can't reproduce. So down in Mexico, there's just screw worm epidemic that's going on. I don't know if you know about it. That's
I was not aware of it.
Yeah, that's why our beef is kind of skyrocketing, because we're not buying a lot of beef from Mexico because of their whole issue that they're having with screw worms. Well, when I came across this on TikTok, and I'm like, there's no way there's a secret facility out there that, I won't say secret, it's not a secret no more, that breeds screw worms, and we sit there and we kind of like we just sprinkle them all over the place, to try to battle this stuff. So to me, it's like when I hear that stuff about New Mexico and aliens and stuff like that, I'm like, it's a government program that are just like, let's see what we can get away with.
Really, the UFO sightings really started in New Mexico after the atomic bomb was detonated at a Trinity site in the White Sands Missile Range.
I've been to White Sands when I was a kid, man. That is
gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like something else. It's like otherworldly. Like there's no other place like that on Earth. Just
fine gypsum sand dunes, perfectly white, just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I wonder what was the reason that they tested those nukes out there.
Oh, New Mexico's very vacant, especially 1947. New Mexico, I believe, is the 5th largest state in the Union landmass wise.
Okay,
but at the time they detonated the atomic bomb, considerably less than 1 million people lived in that tremendous amount
I
of
did not know
space.
that.
Yeah.
And
Nevada too. Like mostly
Nevada,
everybody's
Utah.
down in the southern corner of Nevada. Like most of the rest of it is all owned by the government.
That makes sense, because when I went to Seattle, Washington, right, and we decided, hey, we're going to take a road trip. I'm going to drive there because I want to check the stuff out. Yeah, and once you pass New Mexico, there is nothing out there. Of course, if you take that, I guess, well, actually, from the border to Rio Doso, there's not really much of anything. There's just a bunch of open area,
so much open space.
Oh yeah,
A lot.
We went down to Four Corners, and it's just mind blowing. I was like, "There's nothing for miles. There's absolutely nothing."
Yeah. The cities are like, or the towns are like islands.
Yeah, you got to make sure you got a full tank of gas when
Oh,
you're driving
yeah.
in New Mexico.
Yeah.
You can go 150 miles without seeing a gas station.
I'm thinking about like the movie The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know what? It felt like that.
That's right, right there.
Yeah.
The hills have eyes, right in Alamogordo
there.
area.
Oh,
White
that's
Sands.
right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the whole lore of the Hills Have Eyes? They were
Yeah, there were genetic
Radiation.
mutations. I remember living. I grew up in the 1980s there on the military base there, and we had a neighbor, and he would go rabbit hunting, and he would come back. This one's got an extra leg on it. You guys want the extra leg? I said, no.
You want the extra leg? But what do you expect? They were detonating atomic bombs out there, so everything's radiated.
There was a general, and his name escapes me, but and they were detonating all these atomic bombs, and there was some concern about the radiation levels. And his response was, "Who cares? It's just Mormons, Indians, and cowboys. They're barely people anyway."
Oh wow.
Pathetic, but he actually said that.
Yeah. God. I mean, people back in the day had a whole different mentality.
They sure did.
They think they still have that mentality. Absolutely.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and the whole area is weird, man. Because I mean, even if you go further south into like Mexico, you get into that whole zone of silence, and there's a lot of mutations that happen there, which I didn't know. It's got more meteor impacts than anywhere else on the planet.
I didn't know that.
Like why? What gets
Why
drawn
there?
to there? Yeah,
Yeah.
And of course, there too. It's in the middle of nowhere. Well, of course, it looks just like New Mexico. White Sands area, all that.
Just
Nothing grows.
yeah.
It's pretty though, right?
I
like
it. It's got a weird attractiveness to it.
I think I had heard this story. So millions of years ago, Texas was underwater, but not all of New Mexico was underwater. Of course, New Mexico has the mountains there, and they had volcanoes going off. I think they have 2 or 3 super volcanoes that are dormant there in New Mexico.
Yeah, one of them is Mount Apache in Mescalero, New Mexico.
Yeah.
The Indian reservation.
So technically,
wow.
that was like oceanfront property at one time. And so it was probably very pretty at one time, very, I'm sure it was
Fertile.
Fertile. There you go. Yeah. And is it Arizona that has the forest, what is it called?
In the petrified forest.
Petrified forest.
Yeah, they're in California as well, I believe.
California too. Yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, like, man, that was actually green at one time, all green.
I wonder if the volcano was what petrified it.
I'm sure. Yeah. The ash.
Damn, that's crazy. I want to go back out that direction. New Mexico is pretty. When you get up to the Rio Doso, I'll never get up on another mountain ever again.
Oh,
I'm not driving on top of a fucking mountain ever again. No. They need guardrails all the way up.
That makes it more exciting. It's an adventure.
Is that's Apache Mountain, right? The where the ski resort is at.
In Rio Doso,
Mount
yeah.
Apache.
Mount Apache.
Used to be Sierra Blanca. They call it Mount Apache now.
Oh, okay.
That one is scary to drive up. So when we went to Albuquerque, they have the Sandia Mountains there, and they have a cable car that'll take you all the way to the top. That's cool. I did that. I don't want to drive up there though.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I won't do that. There's a cool base. It's right in those mountains too.
Over in Albuquerque.
I think, yeah, because I was driving through there. Of course, you get the mountains and you come back down. I think it's right because you have to come back down to Albuquerque, or am I maybe thinking about another state?
No, that sounds right.
That sounds right.
So, yeah.
So anyway, I was sitting there going, and there was just a convoy of military trucks, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Where's everyone going? And I'm like, I guess wherever we're going, I'm going to see a base, right? And then they're going, and then all of a sudden I see a couple of just soldiers sitting on the highway, and they're kind of just directing everybody. And I'm like, I'm trying to turn because I'm following these guys because I'm thinking I've never been out that direction, so I'm going down the highway.
Where they're going, yeah.
I want to go where they're going. I'm going to follow them because wherever we're going. The guy turned me off, and then they were coming up like that, and you can kind of look down. There was these big old doors. and then we're just going into the mountain.
Oh,
Yeah, just a huge convoy, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. They have a whole facility in the mountain.
in the mountain.
How about Dulce, New Mexico? You guys studied Dulce, New Mexico?
No.
Where's that at? in New
Seriously, it's northern New Mexico.
Okay.
It's Archuleta Mesa. It's on an Indian reservation. But if you'll look, you guys studied ETs and aliens. I mean, aliens a bit. You've heard of Phil Schneider, I'm sure?
Yeah.
So Phil Schneider was doing a construction project in Dulce, New Mexico. And there's a military base in Dulce, New Mexico, unacknowledged. But it's a human extraterrestrial hybrid base.
Whoa.
And so Phil Schneider, working on this project for the military, and him himself, he was former military. So he actually was working on the facility. There's one level of Dulce base, which is off limits to humans. Only the gray extraterrestrial functions at this level of the base. So they're doing this construction project. Inadvertently, they burst into this level of the facility. And Phil Schneider, he's there, and he sees this tall gray, 8-9 foot tall extraterrestrial. And he just immediately freaks out. He grabs his sidearm. He starts shooting at the alien. And from what he said, I believe that he actually killed one of these aliens. And then another alien actually launched what he said was a laser at his chest. So he grabs his arm, his hand, over his chest, and a couple of his fingers actually melted off from the heat. But he was rescued by a couple of Green Berets that were nearby. It's called the Dulce Wars. If you guys want to check
I
it
might
out.
look into that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then they didn't they just like calm down and be like, hey, they're supposed to be there.
So
You know?
there's Native Americans that actually, you can ask them about this, that live in Dulce, New Mexico. And some of the older ones, they'll recollect what was called the Dulce Wars, which was an engagement between humans and extraterrestrials at the Dulce base.
It's funny how like stories like this aren't more at the forefront. You know, like
Well, they slowly come out though, like because no one knew that Area 51 even existed.
everybody said it was fake. For
Yeah.
the longest time, it's like, no, that's not real.
So it kind of makes you wonder, like this base. I mean, we know that it exists now, but at the time,
Well, it's still unacknowledged.
okay,
But have you guys ever heard of Commander X?
no.
So that's just his name that he publishes through, Commander X. But he claims that he had infiltrated that level of the Dulce base.
Okay,
So in his account in the book, he's in this level and he sees just this tremendous, like an aircraft hangar-sized room filled with cages. So, and they're all filled with humans. And he went over, he grabbed one of the cages, he starts shaking the cage because the guy was inside, was asleep. Guy wakes up and he's speaking French. Now, this Commander X, whatever his real name is, who knows? But he doesn't speak French. He goes to the next one. There's a guy from Japan speaking Japanese. So just people from all over the world collected by these UFOs and brought here to Dulce base. And the most disturbing thing he said that he saw, whether he did or not, who really knows, but he saw this large vat which was filled with liquefied human remains. And he would see like a thumb, maybe a tongue in there, and whether, it's human or not. But then he would see an extraterrestrial just dunked in the solution. And he said from what he could recollect, these gray extraterrestrials actually absorb their nutrients through their flesh. They don't eat like we do. They don't chew with their mouth.
Okay.
But they absorb it through their skin. And
Wow.
I've also been to some symposiums in Roswell, New Mexico, with people who've been abducted by gray aliens specifically. And they always mention this foul stench
Like sulfur.
emanating from these creatures, yeah. And from what Commander X had theorized, they excrete their waste through their flesh as well,
Okay.
which
Wow.
could explain that foul
smell.
stench
Oh
imitating
man,
from
it kind of makes you wonder,
emanating from them.
like stories from the Bible, right? When demons are around, they smell like sulfur. Because I think
Yeah.
I was reading some of this stuff and it said that some of these aliens would give like this stench of sulfur, But then again, I mean, you think that plays any to the? I guess there's some declassified stuff that's out, right? And it's basically saying that there's like this truce, right, between humans and aliens.
It's a Greta Treaty, which was signed in Holloman Air Force Base in
Okay.
New Mexico,
It's like-
right out
yeah.
outside Alamogordo.
We'll let you do whatever you want with your aliens in exchange for some
Technology.
which is
Absolutely.
crazy because after after that crash in Roswell, We had fiber optics. We had chips. We had capacitors that came out of that, transistors that came out of that.
Colonel
tell him what
Philip Corso, which was Day After Roswell, was the name of his book. And it talked about the just explosion in technology post-1947.
Yeah.
But going back to like the sulfur smell and another theory, and this was Ronnie McMullen, who used to host the show UFO Encounters Live. He spoke to someone that claimed to have worked at Dulce Base, and he said the number one rule, you don't mention the name Jesus when you're in that realm, when you're even near the extraterrestrials. As a matter of fact, I believe the whole base weren't supposed to mention that name.
Wow. No kidding.
So, there's a theory that maybe these are fallen angels. I don't know. Genuine extraterrestrials, fallen angels, interdimensional beings, who really knows? But
I'm sure that there's some. I'm sure they're one in this. Honestly, I kind of feel like they're probably one in the same. You know what I mean? It would all kind of make sense. Like,
Yeah, because it's kind of weird. Say they are, so they're aliens from another planet, but you mentioned Jesus Christ, and
they freak out.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do you know this guy?
I mean, because us as humans, we just classify anything that's otherworldly as
alien.
Anything that's not even from
God
from
would
Mexico
be
to the United States,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Anything that's otherworldly would be extraterrestrial. It'd be alien.
See, but
because us in our small brains, we can't wrap our head around.
I've been on this thing for a minute though, because I'm like, with all this stuff that's coming out, and at least for the past 20 years, 20 maybe 25 years, they've been coming out with these alien shows, these alien movies. Of course, you got this new one that's coming out.
Yes, I've seen that.
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure.
Predictive programming, correct?
Exactly. I was like, so that way when they do, because
that way it
I know something exists.
It kind of chills you out a little bit.
There.
So that way, whenever it does come out, you're like, oh, I saw a movie.
Well, they want you desensitized, So when it does happen, they don't want you grabbing your gun. They want you to, I knew it. I knew it this whole time. We don't want you in defense mode because we don't want you going crazy.
Yeah.
And shooting up the place or whatever. So I feel like there's a lot of desensitizing that's going on.
Yeah, desensitizing is what it is.
And I'm waiting. And of course you hear these psychics, like there's this guy named Brasher, right? You see him all over Instagram and TikTok. And then you got this other prophecy that's supposed to happen this year. It was said back in the 1930s. That there was some other people that came out that this year we're gonna get. Hey, someone might be like, hey, you know what we do? We're not going to show you all of us, but we're here. We've been here. We got, you stay to your stuff. We'll stick to the ocean.
Yeah.
Where we park our stuff at,
our car lot over there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens, like off the coast of San Diego, you got all those training that happens out there. And at the same time, you also, there's a lot of UFOs that are being seen out there.
Isn't that where that Commander Fravor saw the Tic Tac?
Yeah.
Off the coast of San Diego?
Out that direction. And then when you sit there, I don't know if you ever do this. I do this a lot. I go on Google Maps. And I
do this a lot, yes.
Yeah. I check out the islands that are out there. And I'm like, all these islands out here, And then you get the name and I start to Google and I'm like, property of Mexico, There's a few other islands that belong to the U.S., but you're not allowed to go there.
Never even heard of.
Yeah,
was it the Bikini Islands where they also tested the atomic bomb, right?
Yes. Yeah. So there's all these islands out there that are like, well, there's a huge real estate out there that when you go and find out, they don't even tell you nothing.
Yeah.
There's some of these islands that are pixeled out, and I'm like, hold on a second, why are these pixeled out?
Do you remember the one that I sent you one time, and then me and you got on the phone and we were looking at it together, and it was this island out there in the middle of nowhere, somewhere between South America and Hawaii, just way out there somewhere. And the island looked pretty barren. You couldn't see any buildings at all, but there was a landing strip right down the middle of it. But there was nothing else on the island that you could see.
Why would there be an
airstrip there? Yeah, you remember that one? It was just right down the middle of it. It was from one length to the other.
But what's crazy is that when you start to look at the island and look at that, because you can see the waves around it, right? Some of them are identical, like they copied and paste and moved it over. Copy and paste, move it over. And I'm like, wait, there's the same set of waves that are just literally copy paste.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's there? Something's being covered there.
What's crazy is the most recent thing that I came across on Google Maps, because I follow this group on Facebook, and it's a Google Map group. It's these people that are always looking for different things around the world that haven't been blacked out. You know what I mean? and they'll put coordinates, and I'm like, this is bullshit. And then I'll look up the coordinates, and I'm like, damn, there it is. I just sent you one the other day, and it was in South America, right before you get to that, where the end of South America starts to turn to the ocean, and then it goes into Antarctica. There was this, you can say that it doesn't look like a natural formation. It looks like something, it looks kind of humanoid, but it's the size of a mountain. And it looks like it just, like maybe it died on top of this mountain, and its image is just frozen on the top.
Like a giant.
Like a big giant.
Like a Nephilim or something.
Yeah, like a Nephilim. Did you see it? I don't know if you happen to see it.
No, I didn't.
Thanks a lot.
Great.
So what would the size of this be, approximately?
Oh, man.
You'd had to guess.
I'd say the size of like maybe 2 mountaintops. Like maybe, the top of the Sandia Mountains. Not the full length of them, but like the size of like Albuquerque, the outline of the Sandia Mountains where it rims that, I think it's the north side of Albuquerque, probably that size. It's pretty massive. And to be able to see it from Google Earth is like, wow, that's, and it's not like, can't really make it out. Like, nope, it's pretty dang clear.
Yeah, you need to send that to me. I'd like to.
Yeah, I'll send it to you for sure. The other one that I saw before that was
Let's check the correlation of that and sea salt.
And sea salt.
Okay, there's a theory too, like Himalayan salt because it's pink, and what you're talking
It's
about
dyed. No, I'm just
kidding. There's the correlation there. Of course, some of these people was like, there's like this, is it, I don't know, falsified or whatever. It looks like a foot or something like that. And then right underneath it is where they harvest Himalayan
So it's
sea
like
salt.
blood is making it pink.
That's what they're saying.
That'd be crazy.
Who knows? I'm not gonna say the theories go way out there. But
It's bizarre, but who knows? Right?
yeah,
There's this one other one that I want to mention because I don't think I've talked about it on here. And it was another one that came up on Google, that group on Google Earth. I checked the coordinates, and it's in this other country. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to say Turkmenistan. It probably wasn't. I'm going to have to, I'll have to update y'all later because I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Well, there's this country. It's like a third world country. It's like you wouldn't expect this type of city to be there. Well, it's this city that's like mega modern. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it blows New York City away, the modernization of it. And there's all these different temples within the city, and one of them is this pyramid. And I was like, nah, this is bullshit, because they were saying, they're like, that pyramid right there has a table with 200 chairs, empty chairs. And they were like, well, who are those? I think I was talking to you about this. They're like, well, why would they even build this huge monument like this with these 200 empty chairs? There's not a board of directors that meets there. The government is so small here. Well, exactly. Right. They're like, the government is so small here. They wouldn't even fill up half of that. You know what I mean? So it's like, that don't make no sense. Well, then, you start reading through it a little bit more, and I looked it up. I was like, no way. So I go to Google Maps, I find it. I find all the different sites, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, even like cut into like the landscaping makes all these different symbols. All over the whole city, there's all these different symbolism all over it. But I found the pyramid, and I click on you can click on the site, and it'll tell you like a small deal, and they'll have some pictures. Sure enough, they weren't hiding it. You click on it, and there's pictures of inside this pyramid. There's pictures of the table with the 200 chairs around it. There's no explanation as to what they are or why. So then I was like, well, that doesn't make no sense. So I go back to the group, and I start looking through the people that were commenting on what it was, and they were like, well, there was 200 fallen angels. And that's what those seats are for.
Weird. Turkmenistan, you think?
I think Turkmenistan might make, you know what? Oh, that's what I said. I'm not positive if that's what it was. It's on my phone because I pin dropped it on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I want to check that out again. I don't think, I'm saying Turkmenistan, but I don't know if that's exactly what it was. Yeah. But it was somewhere over there in that area.
There's too much symbolism to just throw it away. You know what I mean? To just be like, that's a nice theory, because there's too much. There's too much symbolism that's happening.
Yeah.
Like in Switzerland, where I guess another one where the angels fell on that mountain, Mount Hermon.
Mount Hermon.
Okay, and then you go to look what's literally down the hill of this where the fallen angels hit. You got NATO, you got WHO, you got the World Economic Forum, you got
BlackRock.
You got all these people, these big, huge. I don't know what you want to call them. They're not
global
companies.
elite,
Yeah, the global elite, all down in this one little area.
elitist.
There's too much. There's too much coincidence to be
It's
like
all right there.
yeah,
right
it's
where that happened.
it's in your face, and then like with CERN's in the same area.
Oh, CERN's there too.
You
that's
know,
right.
and then you're just like, well, what's okay? So it's just a lab. It's just a
Yeah,
particle
right.
collider, right? And then you go and watch the videos of the open ceremony of CERN. They're doing these dances, right? They got this
effigies.
They got a statue of Krishna. You know, I'm like, none of this makes any sense.
Why is this here? Yeah.
Yes, why is this
if
here?
this was a science laboratory,
Yeah, most of you guys are atheists.
And
you
think
know,
about the amount of capital that was required
to
to
build.
build the
yes.
particle accelerator.
Yep. I mean,
And how do you expense that? Well,
yeah.
we'll spend a few $1 million. It's just taxpayer money. That doesn't really count.
Apparently,
anyway.
it's easy to come up with because there's a particle collider that didn't even get finished outside of Fort Worth.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they just
it's kind of like, why do the best watches come from Switzerland? Like, why is their technology so much better than everybody else's? Like,
got a Timex here. It's not.
I got a Seiko.
great.
I got a Seiko.
So you were saying about the seconds
So yeah, there was this. Again,
before the podcast.
I don't know the truth on this because I'm going off of forums and different things that I just I fall into. Like I get real bad. Like I'm getting into something and I want to go down a rabbit hole, like with the samurai
I
swords.
love going down that rabbit
I want to
hole.
go down this rabbit hole. So like, what is so good about this? So like, I got into like, why are Swiss watches so damn good? Like why is, well, it comes to the caliber inside the mechanism that makes them so good. Like you can't Japanese have gotten close. They're not there, but they're close. But I mean, when you get to like Rolex, Omega, Patek, I think there's a few other ones that are like, they're more of like designer watches, but they buy these mechanisms from the Swiss.
Yeah.
They're winding watches, correct?
Winding,
Abraham?
winding or automatic. Like, yeah, they're winding watches. You can do both. You know, nowadays you can do both, where they're automatic, where you can wind them, or you can just, they have a rotor in there too that'll also automatically wind it for you.
This bad boy is automatic.
Yeah, automatic. So that's the way to go. But it's the caliber, something about the math that is done on that caliber. It always equals 666.
Scary stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Like the symbolism is too close.
Oh, I know,
It's
right?
too close. And people are like, oh, you're being crazy. And I'm like,
No, you're
you know,
being
I was like,
crazy.
you call me what you want. But I'm like, it's literally in your face.
Yeah.
It's in your face. Like this.
66633.
Yeah.
See the 33 everywhere,
The
right?
33rd, that's the Mason, right? That's the
degree of
the top
masonry.
degree of the Mason.
Is that right?
33rd degree Mason. There's no higher level, yeah. But 33 is everywhere too. That is actually everywhere. I find it funny because we work with numbers, like in our job. I know with you, how many times do you come across, like I'll end up with that 666 within the numbers, and I'm like, I'll make it 667.
I usually wait for the number to change, and I'm like, okay, I'll go by that number.
It comes up so much. It comes up. I mean,
Oh, it's
like
purposeful.
all the
It can't be
time.
a coincidence.
Yeah. So
Improbable.
it makes me wonder sometimes, like, is math
The devil?
maybe?
Maybe it is. Mama was right.
Yeah,
I love that.
the devil showed me his boobies and all that.
Like them too.
It's just
hilarious.
it's just like so in your face, but we always turn a blind eye to it all. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because there's more important things to our lives, that we think,
Yeah.
but in the global scale of things, what's really happening around us?
There's a lot that's going on. And of course, I've always been on this thing where it's like, it happens all around the world, right? Whether it be the sex slaves, there's human trafficking, there's everything that's going on, right? Like everywhere you go, you hear these stories, right? What happens in San Angelo?
I'm sure.
Yeah, don't you wonder that sometimes you're
I
walking
do.
down a nice street where some of these houses might be 75, 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wondered what happened in some of these houses.
Yeah.
What kind of secrets are hidden within.
Yeah. I don't even think it's that crazy because, some of these big ranches that are out here, huge ranches, they've spent, there's some of these houses that they've spent an ungodly amount of money. I'm like, what do you mean you spent $40 million to build this property?
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
spending that much and you're going to build it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what's here? I don't understand. And then of course we talk about all the stuff that comes out of San Angelo, right? All the talent, all the music, you know, all the art, the cars and stuff like that. It just seems to me like there's a hub here,
Oh, for sure.
you know? And I'm like, well, I want to, let me get down and I'll say right now, hopefully somebody will reach out and be like, hey, this is what I heard, you know? If it's happening everywhere else, like, all right, the big one right now is Jeffrey Epstein, right? Like we were talking about. You think he's the worst one out there?
No.
No.
Probably not even
No.
close.
He's just the one that took the fall.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know,
Adrenochrome farms. You guys
Oh,
ever
yeah.
studied that? That's crazy stuff.
yeah. That's another one. You know,
Have you guys seen this video? And I think it was on BitChute. It was when Russia was, you know, what their first launched their operation, their special military operation in the Ukraine, and they came across this facility which was filled with young Ukrainian boys and girls, and these kids were absolutely terrified. And from what this one Russian commander said, he believed it might have been an adrenochrome farm. And right outside of the facility, they found a mass grave of children. This is all according to the Russians.
yeah,
That they did, you know, after you harvest the adrenochrome, they just would dispose of the body right there.
Yeah.
And so Russia took these children into Russia. And Ukraine, they claim that, well, the Russians had kidnapped all these children that they found
Yes.
at this facility. You heard about this? Yeah.
yeah. And what happened to all those kids? Because the same thing happened, you know, a couple of years ago, where all of a sudden 350,000 children are missing that are coming across the border. Okay, where are these children?
where are
at?
they?
Where are they?
Well, even CPS in Arizona, there was a congressional representative. I don't know if he was just state congressional representative or if he was in the U.S. Congress, but he was researching all these disappearances from CPS. They had all these thousands of kids that couldn't be accounted for that were in the system. Where'd they go?
Yep. Yep.
And how you would
goes
actually
deep.
excrete the adrenochrome, which is essentially is you have to terrify this
fear
person
factor,
to death.
Well, here's the other thing: is that, like I was telling you, when it comes to the Satanism, when it comes to the symbolism, they have to tell you in front of you. It's
It's
almost
like a vampire, right?
Yeah, they have to tell you what they're doing, even though you don't understand what it's doing. Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
but you have to accept it though.
no. What I'm saying is, it's in front of your face all the time.
Oh,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
okay.
All the time. 'Cause there's no hiding what they're doing. Because I'm like, all this, you know, like this adrenochrome stuff. Even if there's like, well, we're kind of doing a play on it, right? We're gonna make a children's movie. What we do, we scare kids.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Monsters Inc. Right?
Monsters
Yeah.
Inc. And I'm like, it's in front of your face, and then you don't even know. You don't know it. until
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. You don't
I don't
hear
know about this
s-
one, Pinocchio. What's that about?
Oh, there's I guess the scene where
There's
they're
a
in the
scene
bar.
in there. Yeah, there's a scene in there where there's the two guys that are supposed to kidnap Pinocchio. They're meeting with this other man. They're in it's weird. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's
bar.
like a bar
It's a bar
tavern.
scene or tavern in this kid's movie, right? And they're like asking him like, well, what are you gonna do with them? And he was like, he's gonna go to an island.
And you'll never see him or something like that.
Yeah. But something like he'll never be the same again or something, you know, and he just gives this crazy laugh afterwards.
Creepy.
You know, very creepy.
But I guess it's
It's
there.
it's in the original Pinocchio cartoon. Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Adrenochrome. When did you guys first hear the word adrenochrome?
I would say
15.
almost 10 years ago.
I think 10 or 15 years ago, something like that.
It's been well over 20 years for me. You guys, you've probably seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, right?
Oh yeah,
Adrenochrome.
Yeah,
Yeah, Duke and Gonzo. Yeah,
that's a great. That's a great movie.
one of the
great
best.
movie.
Yeah,
But that's where I first heard the term adrenochrome.
here lately, the first time you ever saw the movie Eyes Wide Shut.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the whole backstory to it with Stanley Kubrick. I didn't know he died.
We filmed the moon landing as well.
Yeah,
so.
but he died right after filming that movie. He wasn't supposed to put that movie out. When they found out what he was doing, supposedly he had a heart attack afterwards.
And there were segments that were never released.
There were
from
segments
what I
that weren't
understand.
released, yeah. And it was like he was trying to, kind of slyly put it out there. There are these people out there doing things like this. This is real shit. Like this is really going on. Like
Again, it's in your face. Like this Epstein list that just came out, 3 million papers or whatever that came out, right? And they're redacting people's faces. And I'm like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know about some of these girls that they have their faces blacked out if they're not even of age or whatever, right? But I'm like, they're of age now. Mm-hmm. Why aren't we just putting the whole thing out?
you know what? Yeah, I don't know. You know who Dan Bazarian is? Okay, so I follow Dan Bazarian. Do you know who Dan Bazarian?
No.
So this guy's like a billionaire. He made his
He's a
money,
millionaire.
or something like that. Millionaire. He made his money playing poker.
Yeah.
Big money though. Like the guy's, he doesn't have to worry about nothing for the rest of life. But he's known for just living life, partying lavishly. Always has women around him. Single man with like 10 women around him. Always beautiful women. And some of his pictures have popped up in the Epstein files. It's pictures of him with these of-age women, but their faces are blacked out. And the reason why I know this part of it is because he commented on it. He was like, everything, he was like, I want to say this, everything that's coming out in these Epstein files, I've posted on my Instagram and Facebook. Like, you can go to all my stuff right now and see that these girls without their faces blacked out.
Yeah.
He was like, so no, there's nothing crazy going on. He was like,
See, what they're doing is what I feel what they're doing. Let's put this out there. Let's bash everybody, but let's draw them away from these other names. Let's draw them away from the guys that actually, like Bill Gates. He's all over this list. You know?
yeah. He's
And
in all these pictures.
all of them, right? And then there's another guy who he's a CEO of some pharmaceutical company, right? And they try blacking out his face, but for a split second, it kind of moves out. You can see his face, and then it kind of comes back in. Well, I don't know why they put this thing out. Maybe
They don't make mistakes.
They don't. Yeah, they don't make mistakes. So anybody with half a brain can put this through a video editing and then stop it there, and you can take a picture of the guy and even clear it up. You know, but I'm like, why they're throwing all these people under the bus because they're trying to
Draw the attention over here.
yeah, look at all these horrible people, and I'm like, hold on, man. There's way more pictures and way more files that you have.
Prince Andrew.
Yeah,
That's a whole. And you know what's crazy is like he's all over that too. I'm wondering, like, did he just kind of have to take the fall so other people can like, all right, let's focus on Prince Andrew and not these other people?
I think so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because that's kind of weird that they allowed supposedly royalty to take a fall.
Now, do you think it's possible that this might just be an initiation ceremony? Kind of like, in the gang, if you can shoot somebody. Maybe to be part of this global elite club, you've got to perform these acts, maybe even if you don't want to join the club, so to speak.
I think so. Have you ever seen, there's this lady, and everybody knows her. She's a witch. She goes around with Maria Abramovich, but have you ever seen, she's older. She looks like a witch. Like, that's what I would think a witch would. But she's always at all these award shows. She's always like, she's in the background. You'll see Beyonce. There she is right there, right behind there, and a couple of people back, Or sometimes she's right there standing next to her. I can't remember her name, but supposedly she's like a high-level
witch.
You can call her a witch. You can call her whatever. I don't know what she is, whatever that is. But supposedly everybody that's involved with her, Taylor Swift, everybody that's around her always gets rich and famous.
Yeah.
So everybody tries to appease her as much as they possibly can.
But then doesn't that come back
she's
to
a
like
deity or something?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was getting at is like I'm kind of wondering like by them having to be around her all the time, is that part of their initiation thing? Like you must be seen with this lady everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Like and then from here you could achieve this level. 33rd or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just
the one eye symbolism.
The one eye
got to do
symbolism.
this,
Gotta do
part
this
of the club, right?
Well, isn't it back
Supposedly.
during I guess the earlier books of the Bible, right? Weren't they talking about these fallen angels that came down and they were teaching man stuff they weren't supposed to know?
Math.
Alchemy, math, all this,
Sounds like the Garden of Eden.
yeah,
doesn't it?
the witchcraft stuff, and it's like I think these people do have pull, obviously, but it's just a big club, You have to.
George Carlin would say, right?
Yeah.
It's a big club. That
We're not in it.
Sadly.
Man.
Well, not sadly.
Yeah.
George
We want
Carlin
to be part of
he put a lot of information out there. He really did.
yeah.
And he did it slick too.
So-
he was
Very
slick
much
about
so.
it. Yeah.
But I'm falling more and more to the fact that I think voting's useless, man. I think these positions have already got put. Have you heard this new one out? Right. What's the mayor of New York? Zoran Mondani. Right.
Yeah.
There's pictures of him as a baby. His mom's holding him right next to Jeffrey Epstein.
Weird.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I haven't
So
seen that. Is
there's
that AI?
No,
I'm joking.
it's this stuff's coming out in this whole files, right? But it leads back to I want to say that like something big's coming
Yeah.
because it's like, hey,
They're prepping you.
I want to say not prepping me. It's like it's all got to come out. The age of discernment has to happen
If voting really mattered, do you think they'd let you do it?
Yeah, they would let you do it. Exactly.
Which is why we have a republic here. But how many people out of 100 would say, "Oh yeah, we're a republic now"?
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's a democracy.
Yeah.
We have to support democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy. Oh, yeah, sure,
So
it's
if
democracy.
it comes out that that is Jeffrey Epstein is his dad, it tells me right then and again your vote didn't matter. He was already going to be.
Yeah, that was the position he was already told that he was going to get.
And it's like everything's got to come out.
Now going back to New Mexico, you guys know about the Epstein Ranch in New Mexico?
No.
No, I know he had a ranch.
So he had a tremendous ranch, and his stated objective was for him to impregnate as many New Mexican women as humanly possible.
Nice.
So how many little Epsteins there are in the state of New Mexico, I don't know.
Oh man,
That is wild.
Weird.
That is wild. Yes.
there need to be.
Why would he pick New Mexico? Like that I wonder. Like what is
desolate?
what
There's
is
a lot of empty area.
No, but there's more to it. There's got to be more to it.
Maybe, but I mean, for him to do what
Mystical
he's doing,
place. I don't
Mystical,
know.
yeah. It's known as the land of enchantment.
That's it, the land of enchantment.
dang. Wait, what if there's something to that where it's like
There might
hey,
be. There's a lot. Like New Mexico is, that the few times that I've traveled to New Mexico, minus when I had to go work, because I didn't get that feeling when I had to go work. But when we just went just to go hang out and check stuff out, there's a different feeling there. It feels different. Like
It feels like a foreign country,
the
but it's just a
vibe
few
is
hundred
different.
miles from San Angelo, Texas. here in New
yeah, the
Mexico.
vibe is just different. Like I don't know, it's different. I can't put my finger on it. You don't get that feeling when you go? No, I do. Like it just like feels
I felt that way in Utah.
different. Utah would definitely make me feel that
Yeah,
way.
I was like, wow, this is
Really, in the Mormon land.
Oh yeah,
And they used to be pretty brutal. Did you guys know that, the Mormons in Utah? Mm-hmm. Absolutely brutal.
Yep.
Really?
They used to run a lot of people out of towns, man.
Well, they'd kill a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
they'd kill people?
People that were, the gold rush in California, people that would cross through the Utah territory. A lot of them didn't make it to the Golden State.
They didn't
A lot
want
were
them.
massacred by the Mormons.
Yeah, wasn't there
They
a
were very
division?
brutal people.
Wasn't there a division with Mormons in Utah way back in the day? That's why a good chunk of them moved down to Mexico.
That I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's
You're
a
right on
huge
that, Oscar.
Yeah, there's a huge
They
group of
split.
Mormons.
So they split and went. Wow, I didn't know that.
Thankfully,
Mexico.
they've mellowed over the years in Utah.
Yeah,
So-
because that's where Mitt Romney's from.
Oh shit! I
Yeah,
didn't know
man.
that.
He's from
He
the.
killed our Toys R Us and KB
Yeah.
Toys.
I didn't know
Yeah, he
that.
did.
Man,
Sure did. Him and his Bane capital, little bastard. Hey, come on, we're Toys R Us kids. We all went to
Dude,
Toys
oh,
R
yeah.
Us.
Yeah.
We don't have
had,
to grow up.
We had a KB. Actually, we had both.
Sunset Mall
Yeah, we
had
had KB
KB Toys.
Toys.
KB and
you
we
got
had a
it,
Toys R
Tiffany.
Us.
And Circus World toys. I remember we'd visit the grandparents here. They had
Circus
Circus
World.
World. We had KB.
Circus World was
Toys R
before
Us.
KB. There in the Sunset Mall.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I don't remember
that. Oh, it was a long time ago. That was Sunset Mall.
When they had little
Oh,
Chico.
yeah.
That was
KB Toys.
original Sunset.
golden
Mall.
age of
Golden
Sunset
age.
Mall.
Yeah, that's whenever it was like
No.
that was the place to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
How do you like it in Sunset Mall?
that's a wonderful. It's a wondrous place. The
Okay.
Sunset Mall.
I always wondered. I ask everybody because, of course, Blue Tiger used to be in there, and then I just, I don't know what needs to happen to that area to kind of get
It's
it to
going through a transformational period right now, and if you look at antiquity, there was the Dark Ages, there was the Black Death, the Plague.
Yeah.
It's kind of what the Sunset Mall is now.
going on?
But what came after the Black Death in the Dark Ages?
The Renaissance.
The Renaissance, right?
Yeah,
So I believe the Sunset Mall is soon to experience the Renaissance.
I hope
phase.
so. I would like to see it.
Yeah,
I don't
me
want to
too.
see another.
back to its glory.
I don't want to see another Shannon.
No, we don't want that. The Abilene Mall, they've got Scott and White Hospital took over the old Sears building, I believe.
Really? I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
We don't need that.
No, I don't want that.
Shannon's got enough here in
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Yeah, when you find
know,
out they just closed
The glory days that I
$6.5 million.
remember of Sunset Mall, I mean, there was a theater there was restaurants there was, when you
Had
first
the pub, yeah.
they had a
Chelsea Street pub,
yes.
right? Yeah.
It was.
I don't remember that.
Oh man, it was like it was a cool spot. Like you could go there. It didn't even close until like 10 o'clock. But that front area where the theater, the arcade, and the restaurants
stayed
were at, that would stay open late. That
Oh
area.
yeah.
Yeah.
They had a gate that they would close,
They had a
so you
gate that
have
they would
the
close, yeah.
movie theater and the arcade would be open after hours.
It was cool. It was the place to be. You know what I mean? And the stores were stores that you like. A lot. I'm not trying to knock the Sunset Mall, but there's a lot of stores in there that I'm just like, man, that's not my store. Those aren't my type of stores.
Yeah.
Back then it was like the stores that everybody wanted to go to. Like everybody went there because like if I'm going to go shopping, we're going to go shopping at the Sunset Mall.
Yeah.
'Cause, that was a place to go.
What was your favorite store back in the old days? of
Service
Sunset Mall?
merchandise.
Yes, service
I
merchandise.
miss
It was
that
awesome.
place. That place is cool.
As a kid visiting, they had this tremendous toy section.
Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal.
I don't. God, man,
I
y'all
remember
was
service
trying.
It was back there in the-
Wasn't that cool,
Where was that?
Tiffany? I loved it.
Yeah, you could like walk back there to that toy section.
Yeah, it
and
was separated by a
separate
wall. It was
by
a toy
wall.
store.
It was
It
cool.
was,
Where was
bigger
that
than
set?
KB's. That's where
Service-
the women's Dillards.
is
Yeah.
at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was bigger than the women's Dillards. I felt like.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was a kid. I don't know.
So I'd like to think maybe the Sunset Mall
I think it was a sign.
is going to turn around.
Yeah.
We've got
maybe-
some new stores coming in, but I remember back in 2008, the great financial crisis, and we were losing some tenants back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my baseball card shop was located there, and I went to speak with the mall manager. And I said, "Do we have a reason to concern? We're losing so many stores." And he said, "The sun will never set on the Sunset Mall."
Dang, that's deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is deep. Yeah.
He said, "One for all for the mall."
All for them all.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
The story's not over yet. It's
I
kind
hope
of at
not.
a
Yeah.
kind of a nadir point, perhaps, maybe just before its resurgence.
Yeah. I want to see it. I want to see it make it, man.
See, I guess I have a horrible memory because how did you see the Sunset Mall pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID wasn't too much different than it is now. I mean,
Okay.
it just kind
I
of
don't
wasn't.
remember it.
I felt like it started waning off in the early 2000s. They started losing a lot of their big stores. A lot of the big draws started leaving. Now even more so. But yeah, man, because there was like they had the Gap. I'm talking about like these are just box stores, but like people go out of town now to go shopping because we don't have these stores here.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no draw there. Like you can go to the Domain and there's all these brand names, which everybody's drawn to the brand name stores, right? All those stores have left. You have Dillard's, you have
J.C. Penney's.
J.C. Penney's,
There's that new shoe store, right, that just opened.
JD Sports.
JD Sports.
We're getting on cloud shoes.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be positive.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
gonna be a
I saw
standalone?
Finish Line.
It'll be in the mall, yes.
But it'll be a
standalone
standalone
store.
on cloud
It will
shoes.
be,
That's cool. Those guys have come a long way on cloud shoes.
I don't-
They started as just like you could only find them in certain stores. You know what I mean? Like I want to say Happy Trails was the first one that was carrying them in San Angelo, and they're comfortable shoes, man. Like Swiss shoes.
Are they as good as Skechers?
I think they're better, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Better than Skechers?
Especially with like the hospital.
Yeah, that memory foam Skechers.
You bet. Absolutely.
There's something about that Swiss-made engineering of the shoe.
Oh, stop.
Something about that 666 in the sole of my foot.
I'm good with my Chinese.
Yeah, there's a chip in there. You check yourself out.
No, Skechers are good too. I don't have a problem with Skechers. My dad absolutely loves Skechers. My mom does too. But I have like 2 pairs of the On Clouds. I know my wife has a couple of them, but she would rather Brooks. She's a nurse, and she likes Brooks more so, and Hoka's.
Yeah.
But I mean, On Cloud they're pretty dang comfortable, man.
I've got a question for you, gentlemen.
What's up?
Actually, this is. You guys we're basically the same age, similar. I'm 48. You guys are 40s.
Oh, we're in our
44?
40s, yeah.
44, 42, right, Oscar? SAS.
The SAS shoes.
Can you gentlemen tell me what SAS stands for?
Ooh, I do not.
You know what? He says he doesn't know. Maybe Oscar here knows. $20 bill, if you can tell me.
San
Dang, like that.
SAS.
Angelo Standard.
Wow. I don't.
I got
San
an
Angelo
old
shoes.
hickory in my billfold for you. Andrew Jackson, if you can tell me.
San Angelo shoes.
Wow.
Support. San Angelo support.
That's a shoe, though?
Yeah,
It's a
SAS.
great shoe.
That was the
I've
shoe.
worn SAS.
That was the shoe that waitresses wore, nurses wore. Anybody that-
nurses specifically, they
big
love
time,
SAS.
big
Oh, no
time.
kidding. So is there service in the name?
There used to be a factory here in San Angelo
No.
that made SAS shoes.
That was Barry Shoe,
Barry's.
actually.
Was it Barry's?
Different company, but we did have an SAS shoe store here.
Oh, it was just a
previously.
store? Okay.
You give up, Oscar?
Yeah, I give up.
You lost money.
San Antonio shoe.
No kidding.
Made here in Texas.
I did not know
I
that.
thought it
God.
was San Angelo.
Now you know, and knowing, as G.I. Joe taught
Yeah,
us,
half
Yeah.
the battle.
half the battle is knowing.
G.I. Joe.
That's it. SAS shoes.
I like
like
I like
Cobra.
that. Yeah.
I was a Cobra Commander
Cobra
fan
Commander.
too. Yeah.
That's funny. Oh man, wow.
Those
Wow,
were
who
like
would've thought?
those were back in the day. Those if you were on your feet daily, those were the shoes to have.
Sass.
Yeah, like
Oh,
like the way Red Wings are like a staple
Oh,
in the
yeah,
oil
yeah,
field.
yeah.
SAS was like the staple in the nursing industry.
God, I didn't know that.
And you
man.
buy your shoes there at SAS, you get like a little piece of chocolate candy they'd give you as well.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and an extra pair of laces.
Oh man,
awesome.
see, we need to bring
San
some of those back.
Antonio
That's some customer
shoe.
service. Right
That
there.
is.
Absolutely.
Do they still make?
They still make SAS.
That's
Yeah.
like that signature thing.
Yeah, the only one I can find around here that sells it in Hobbs, New Mexico, Brown Shoe. They still sell SAS.
Okay.
But they used to have so many standalone shops. For whatever reason, they're gone.
Yeah.
Most of them. I'm sure they still have a few.
Man, see this.
I think it was more styling. I think
Yeah, they didn't
because
keep up with design,
SAS
I
kind of
guess.
just stuck with like
Always
one,
the same.
same
Which was
style.
great for me. I've never been too much into style anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I actually had to wear these for the podcast. I usually wear
It's
a
a
black
great
shirt.
shirt, Oscar.
Thanks.
You look good.
Thanks. I always just wear a black shirt and jeans. That's it. Everywhere
That
I
works. As long as you don't have cats and dogs at home, right?
go. Oh no, I have cats and dogs, but
Yeah?
yeah.
Don't put your clothes around them though.
No. I can't. I keep all my stuff separate from it. I can't stand that.
Can we talk about some of the swords for a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk
I got
about
some
the
questions
katanas.
about yours. So
Absolutely.
I've been looking for a wakizashi for a long time.
Okay, we had some wakasashi for Christmas. Absolutely.
It sounds like a
missed
food.
We'll get more.
I missed it.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Wakizashi?
So that's like the medium size sword. And Musashi, which is one of the brands we sell at Blades and Banners, which they make an excellent katana, but they make a nice wakizashi. And Miyamoto Musashi, the namesake of the brand,
Yeah.
he would fight with two swords, a wakizashi and a katana. And you gentlemen are familiar with the samurai?
I am.
Miyamoto Musashi?
Oh, I am very much, yeah.
So Abraham is Oscar.
No.
So he was a self-taught samurai, which is, you think about that.
He wrote
to be
the
a
book.
self-taught samurai, Book of the Five Rings.
Book of the Five Rings.
So this guy won 62 consecutive Mortal Kombat duels, and he didn't die at the 63rd. He just retired from it.
Okay.
But 62 consecutive Mortal Kombat duels. He's rumored to have killed 200 men in an ancient battle in Japan. 200 men. So he would fight with two swords, a wakizashi and a katana.
Okay.
He killed his first samurai when he was 13 years old. So
That's a bad man right there.
the coolest part about it, Abraham, so the samurai had a katana. Musashi had a bokken, which is a wooden training sword.
Okay.
So this 13-year-old kid defeated a samurai with a wooden stick, beat his brains out with a stick.
Wow.
Absolutely phenomenal.
That's a bad man right there.
So we carry
Oh,
the
it's a shitty
Musashi
samurai.
name there. Well, you know.
So the way I always heard, so your katana was for if you're keeping your opponent at range.
At distance. Yeah.
Your wakizashi, so they always carry two swords. If you ever see like a true samurai, they have the katana and then they have the medium sword right there next to it. A lot of people confuse that one with the
Seppuku blade. Maybe.
yes, which
Just
that
some
one was
rituals
usually
aside.
held over here or kind of like
As the little one.
yeah, that's
Okay.
the one for. All right, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
But the wakizashi was for
What you wanted to do when the audio was lost.
Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
fucked up. I was like, I'm going to do it right here live. No, I'm kidding.
I've got one at the shop. I'll bring up just in case
Hey,
it happens again.
Thank you.
I'm not really going to do it. The wakizashi was for close quarter combat.
Okay.
It was a smaller. It was not quite. It's not small blade, but it's not quite as long as like that's about a 3-foot blade right there.
Approximately.
You know, with the handle 4 foot.
This would be considered a katana.
That's a
That's a
katana.
That's a katana.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the wakizashi is a little bit shorter. So it's more for close quarter combat. So you know when they get in too close, you're like, you know, just pull this one out.
Hi-ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like I'm
And
not
then-
shooting my rifle. I'm
And
going to take out my 9.
I also want to say they use it for beheadings because it was shorter, so you had a little bit more. The stroke when you went to behead them didn't have to be as a bigger stroke. You had a shorter stroke that you had to take.
Ah, shit. The only thing I know is that the cowboys and samurais existed at the same time.
That's crazy, right?
That's
Pretty
crazy.
cool, right?
And I'm like, man, like to hear that, and then you really think about the times, you know, like, wow, they existed at the same time.
Yeah.
Seppuku. So my dad, he worked at a science laboratory in New Mexico in White Sands Missile Range. And he had a Japanese coworker. And at the time, my dad was working in chemistry. And they weren't given proper PPE at White Sands. This was early to mid 1980s.
Oh shit.
And so they would ingest all these chemicals, just paper mask, latex gloves would go through the gloves.
Oh man.
So my dad's Japanese coworker, he was just, every day was just getting a little more peculiar. One day he didn't show up to work. They go to his house in White Sands. He'd committed harikari seppuku.
No
With
kidding.
Ancient, with an old seppuku blade, which was a particularly
Yeah.
painful way of dying.
Did they say why?
Jab it into yourself. You'd cut
It's-
across, spill your intestines.
It's an honorable suicide. Seppuku.
Takes a long time to die. So
That is-
with honor.
Painful.
But-
Jeez.
Yeah. So shortly after their dad went to another place on base and got a good job. So
Yeah. Wow, man, I feel like we could touch a whole nother episode with just talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
Or your dad in New Mexico.
Oh,
so his boss, you guys know the actor Lee Marvin? This famous actor, played in a ton of Western movies.
name a Western movie though, because
So
I'm not good with names.
numerous ones, none come to mind right now, but Lee Marvin.
Any
very
of
famous.
the spaghetti westerns?
No, I don't think he went to Italy to film
Oh,
any
okay,
of them.
okay.
Not to my knowledge, but he may have. But his brother was Major General Albert Stubblebine. So Stubblebine wouldn't work in Hollywood, so Lee Marvin a little better.
Okay.
But that was his boss in White Sands Missile Range, Major General Albert Stubblebine. You guys ever heard of the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yes.
Yes.
That was based on Stubblebine's work in New Mexico, the New Earth Army, remote viewing, LSD.
Oh shit.
All of this experimental technology that he worked on. And after he left White Sands, when my dad took over as director of the science lab, he went on to be head of all U.S. Army intelligence in the United States.
Your dad.
No, not my dad, but Major General Stubblebine.
Double bind. Yeah.
Yeah, he worked on. You guys know about remote viewing, correct?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is.
So they poured so much money into remote viewing. I'm sure they had some results.
Oh yeah,
with
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
You mind if I hold on? Don't lose that thought. So
Yeah.
our viewers, maybe, or our listeners that don't know about remote viewing, maybe
How they can Google it.
they can Google it. Okay. All right,
Let's tell
guys.
them a little bit about it. So in 1980s, Major General Stubblebine would, or maybe 70s, 80s, but he would take these soldiers and they would just concentrate on viewing like what was happening in the next room. And some soldiers would have
Or across the world.
pretty decent accuracy rate, seeing what was going on in the next room. So I said, well, if you can see what's going on in the next room, how about in the USSR?
Yeah.
And apparently they had some level of success with that. I'm sure the Russians had their own remote
Or
viewing
behind the
teams
moon
as well.
or Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or inside the moon.
And LSD to open up consciousness.
So, but they were staring at goats to see if they could
Stop the
your
heart.
heart, right?
Yeah. And if you kill a goat, could you kill a politician?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
And whether they had success with that or not, who's to say, really?
Well, I think
that's
there
in
was
the Black Files.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was some success, man. Because didn't like Project did MK Ultra come out of that too?
That was
All
the
that
LSD.
stuff.
Similar, that's the Super Soldier program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duncan O'Finian, I'm sure you're familiar with him.
No.
He was a Generation 1 Super Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the,
MK Ultra.
The most famous guy that came out of that was that McMonagall guy, right? Out of the whole, I can't remember. Think of his name now. Something McMonagall.
Sure, but Duncan O'Finian, I'm very familiar with.
Very familiar with. Yeah, because he was talking about. I guess they would give him coordinates and stuff like that. Didn't tell him where it was and all like that.
Well, this guy, there would be like a code word that would be spoken. And he would just turn into this other person.
Oh wow! Kind of like the maturing candidate.
And
Yeah, dude, that was real too.
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, that was some real stuff right there.
absolutely.
Wasn't Jason Bourne? There was a code word they would speak to them too as well. Like, I know Jason Bourne is a, it's fiction, but I heard that
He was activated. Yeah,
Yeah.
by a word or
By a word.
by a phrase,
Yeah,
something like
code
that.
word.
Yeah.
that's some hypnotism right
Duncan
there.
O'Finian. So he claimed to be Generation 1. He was this like super soldier, could beat anyone in combat, hand-to-hand combat.
Mm-hmm.
But he would sleep with a teddy bear at night.
That's crazy.
But, this Ronnie McMullen, who had UFO Encounters Live, I got to meet him in Roswell, New Mexico, went to one of his lectures. And he personally knew Duncan O'Finian. And he said Duncan O'Finian, in this one interview, he was speaking with Duncan O'Finian. Duncan O'Finian broke down in tears. And Ronnie said, what's going on? He said, well, I'm a Generation 1. And he said, we're up to, I think, Generation 3 super soldier. He Said, there's no way I could kill one. Said they've developed that much.
No kidding.
Said these guys, they said you can shoot one of them. They can excrete the bullet and heal themselves using mental power. Duncan Finian said.
Oh,
Oh man,
They can jump out of a helicopter. No
Oh,
parachute,
man.
land.
There was those stories that came out of people
Venezuela,
in Venezuela, right? Where they were taking, like one dude was taking out tons of guys out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like this, like you don't basically telling the people, everybody else, hey, whatever technology they had, you don't want any of that smoke. Because they were literally coming down and they were just clearing the way.
Obliterating everybody. Yeah. To just walk into the country's capital and take their president and just walk
Yeah, how
away.
does that happen? With a small extraction force.
Small extraction force. Yeah.
Very
Either it
small.
was coordinated or it actually happened and they were using super soldiers.
I'm
right?
sure
Oh,
they were.
yeah.
I'm sure they were. And I'm sure it was a big flex. Like, they're like, you know what? Everybody's talking shit. Let's just do this right now. And the world's going to know that we're not playing.
And we didn't even give them any snippets of it. We were just like in and out in 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, by the
That's
time.
absolutely bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
that is.
So either it happened like they said it happened or with some level of coordination. One of those
Yeah.
two. Nothing in the middle. Yeah.
Like they may use remote viewing to see where he was.
I almost hope
Did
it
they use
didn't
this-
happen the way they're saying.
Did they
but
use a
used
seal-
that
That's
kind of
scary.
technology.
Did they use a SEAL group or did they use a Delta group?
No,
I
Delta.
don't know.
So they use a Delta group. So now you really, you know what? That right there tells me everything. Yeah, definitely super soldier because Delta is one of those. That's a group that's not. I mean, everybody knows it exists, but it doesn't exist on paper. Like there's not
Yeah.
really a Delta group on paper. They don't. They do most of their work for the CIA,
Yeah.
and there's not actually a. There's not a Delta group. Like it's like you don't just like, hey, I'm joining Delta. Like no, you're not. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'll get Jacob back in here because he told me at one time he had a Delta dude in his tank when they were running. He was just like, he's like, this dude's like a whole badass, you know, because he's like, there was a dude that was coming towards the tank and he's like, dude was asleep. He's like, he woke up. He's like, you better kill him, shoot him. And he's like, well, we're not combat soldiers. We don't do this. You know, this is another. He said he woke up, took his gun out of his pocket, bam, took the guy out. He goes with a handgun, took him out like 200 yards away,
Where was this?
Son of a bitch.
somewhere in Afghanistan.
With a handgun,
Yeah.
200 yards.
Yeah, he's like, it was the most mind blowing thing I've ever seen. Then he goes back to sleep. He's like, what?
Yeah, Delta's,
Yeah.
Delta's a
Yeah.
That's a
'Cause
that's your super soldiers.
Yeah.
Right there. Those are your super.
Yeah, because there's two different, like, if what they were saying, that they were, what's the guy's name? The president of Venezuela?
Hugo Chavez.
No, Maduro.
Maduro.
Oh,
he
yeah.
goes. He was happy to find out that the Delta was coming
Maduro.
after him, right? Because he's like, if because Delta's an extraction, they come to get you out. The SEAL team, they're
gonna
coming
take
in.
you out.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
they're taking out everybody. They're leaving bodies.
Yeah,
But speaking of warriors, what about the Taliban? What about the Afghanis? What do you guys think about those guys? You think
they're pretty slick
well
actually.
in Afghanistan they defeated the two most advanced militaries in the world, the Soviet Union and the
And
United States.
Yeah,
And you say, well, we're just a bunch of cavemen.
Yeah, that's what they tell the rest of the world.
yeah.
Pretty fierce fighters.
Very much.
Despite
Yeah.
what we may think of
But-
them.
and they
Come on. They're defending their homeland.
To use
right?
Did we teach them how to fly and teach them how to?
Oh yeah,
combat?
no, actually, yeah.
Well, they funded them in the 80s because they were fighting the
Fighting the
USSR.
USSR, yeah.
They use those same weapons against us.
And they're
so-
so smart. They're so smart to using the landscape of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
The way they did it, it was like, man, that was
It's like the Vietnamese.
yes.
in
Oh my God, Vietnam.
War.
Vietnam.
Those guys were fierce.
Those guys were fierce, and they used what they had, which was their environment.
But they knew
is
the environment.
smart.
They were acclimated to the environment. You know, they lived in it. We were just like, hey, we're going to go in there on a lie, run through that
Gulf of
jungle. And I'm
Tonkin,
like, bro, we're getting taken out left and right. I mean, anybody who doesn't know, we got our asses handed to us
Oh, absolutely.
in
And
Vietnam.
we weren't the only ones. China and Cambodia as well
Yeah.
were defeated by Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, they got the home team advantage. What
true.
are you doing? What are you doing? Of course, the other shit that they did, the napalm and the Agent Orange that they were
Yeah.
dumping all over that whole region.
And not just them, our own soldiers.
own
as
soldiers.
well.
Just so
I have
horrible.
a friend in New Mexico. He was exposed to Agent Orange.
No
His
shit.
children had some birth defect issues as
that's
well
sad.
because of that.
No kidding. God.
Oh yeah,
Dude, fucking war is horrible.
Absolutely.
Monsanto, Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Monsanto made it, right?
That's right. It's a
And
beautiful
your food is
country.
also made by them.
My pharmaceutical, because that would
Your pharmaceutical.
Bear owns, right?
Frankenfoods.
Bear owns
yeah.
Monsanto
Bear
now?
owns Monsanto, yep.
Is that Bayer owns Monsanto now?
Yeah, they bought Monsanto.
Yeah.
They just put them all together and they just, hey, eat your junk food.
I remember in Cambodia, you'd go to the markets, and there would be these beautiful fruits and vegetables, and you'd have this bunch over here at this price, and right next to it be a different price. First day I was there, so what's this about? What's the price differential? Well, Hun Sen, which was the premier of Cambodia, he doesn't allow genetically modified organisms in Cambodia. He doesn't allow
Oh, that's cool.
glyphosate, which is Roundup, to be used in Cambodia. So our price is this and a little bit higher. The ones over here, these are from Thailand or Vietnam, and they've been exposed to these various chemicals, or maybe they're genetically modified.
For everybody listening, if you don't know, Roundup is made by Monsanto.
Bayer. It says Bayer on the tag now.
Contains glyphosate.
Damn, so which one was cheaper? Was it the stuff that
Well, it was the stuff that had been exposed to those chemicals, the stuff from Vietnam and Thailand. Whereas the Cambodian stuff is more or less organic.
Yeah.
You pay a little more, but you might
Better
live a
for
little
you.
longer too.
It's
Right?
so mind-blowing, man. And then,
Well, think of a country, think Cambodia. It's like
Yeah.
a third world country or developing country. I mean, like I mentioned, the one gentleman I know over there, $60 a month, he has a nice apartment.
yeah.
And yet, in that country, they don't allow these GMOs. They don't allow glyphosate. But you come here, one of the wealthier countries in the world.
Yeah, it's all
Oh,
over.
yeah, it's completely legal. You can use it in your garden. Oh, yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah.
You can drink it. You remember I think maybe it was a congressional testimony. I really don't recollect at this point. But there was a representative from Monsanto and somebody that was there opposing Monsanto. And this guy with Monsanto was, safe. You could drink the stuff if you wanted to. This guy's, oh, yeah.
Have
He
a
pulls
drink.
up this jug. So
Oh, he Aaron
I happen to
Brockovich them.
have some glyphosate right here. Can I pour you a shot?
It's safe, isn't it? Oh, shit.
I don't want to have to use the bathroom.
Yeah. I love that. Aaron Brockovich. Aaron Brockovich.
Was it Obama? Did they switch the glasses?
Yeah.
He was one of these towns where they had their water had been poisoned by some company. And they're like, no, the water's fine now. I'll have a glass right now if I have to. And they're like, well, yeah, here you go. They're like, okay, no problem. And then somebody switched the glasses. And they gave him like bottled water. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so slimy, man. It's so slimy
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that we're being poisoned. And I mean, it's all for profit, right? It's all for profit.
Look at our food, man. I was talking the other day to you. I was talking to you the other day. I was at the grocery store. It's funny. I look back now and I'm like, I remember when I was younger and I would see people reading the ingredients on their food that they were buying, and I did think like, what the hell's wrong with you? It's all good. They wouldn't put it out here if it wasn't okay for us.
Yeah.
Now
That's
as
what you thought.
Yeah, exactly. Now that I've gotten older and I've realized a lot more stuff, I'm that guy reading the ingredients on the back of the products I buy, and it's like, you know what? Less is more. The less ingredients
precisely.
in that stuff is better than having all these unpronounceable paragraph here. You know what I mean? That's like, no, well, that's not good for you, obviously. And then it's usually right there at eye level. Like, no, that's not the one you want. You want to get either here or here, because those are usually the ones that are more natural and the ones that are better for you.
You guys ever watch CNBC?
No.
So they had the president of my favorite whiskey is Wild Turkey, like the Wild Turkey 101 bourbons and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And they were talking to this gentleman who runs the day-to-day operations of Wild Turkey, and I said, why is it you don't use genetically modified corn in your whiskeys? So the gentleman with Wild Turkey said, well, we use more or less the organic corns, the non-genetically modified. And the reason we do that, we age our whiskey for years in barrels. And he said, what if 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 years from now, it comes out that maybe this GMO corn, not so good for you. Maybe it's a poison. Mm-hmm. He said, what would we do? We would go out of business if we were using genetically modified corn. So our stuff, we don't use that because what if?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, because
We should have actually reached out to you. Normally we do, and ask if there's a certain type of drink that you want.
Hey, I like the stuff we got here. What is that again?
Doc Swinson.
That's
It's
good.
It's very good stuff.
I like
yeah.
it's very smooth.
We definitely would have had, if you would have requested wild turkey, we would have had it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. It tastes good.
I would have
my God,
attempted
it's
to try to
fine.
finish it too. I don't have a problem. I'm just a connoisseur of whiskey.
Very much so.
Shit.
I don't, man. I am just fascinated. I hope you're willing.
No,
to come back.
Love to come back, Joe.
Yeah.
We're gonna definitely reach back out
because I feel like we didn't even touch everything, but I feel like there's a whole another episode here somewhere. I know there is, or it has to be.
I
So
think
one more
there is
thing
too.
before we go, guys.
For sure.
Absolutely.
We've all been studying AI a little bit, and you guys remember, did you guys ever have a Ouija board when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Didn't, but I had a cousin that
I
had
had
one.
an aunt that did. Yeah.
Did you really, Tiffany?
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm from a Catholic family, but we actually had a Ouija board.
Oh,
Same.
wow.
Didn't really use it much. But I'm thinking, you would ask a Ouija board a question, right? And now you ask AI a question. Is that similar to you guys?
Very
Could
much.
it be?
Very.
I never even thought about it like that.
Yeah.
but you're
That's-
right.
That's something I've kind of been pondering on that lately.
And everybody,
Yeah.
a lot of people will put their whole livelihoods into whatever it says. Like, you know what? I need to make a decision on if I should take this job or not, or if I should make this next life move.
On a
Let me
Ouija.
ask Chat GPT.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my wife uses it all the time.
And so, in a way,
And where does this knowledge really come from? Do you really
Exactly.
know?
Exactly.
And this all comes after the particle collider?
ooh.
When they turn it on 2012.
Yeah, so
And you're
we're asking these questions. What
you
are we
need to have a
asking?
regular seat here because man,
Man, where is it coming from? Is it the same
That's
thing
what I wonder.
what Nicholas
Where is
Tesla
it
was
coming
saying?
from?
He's like it comes to me, but he feels like it's coming from some
Others.
it's
somewhere
the
else,
ether. It's in the ether.
Yeah.
We say the ether, but there's something else.
What
to
is
it,
the ether,
What
though?
is the ether exactly? Yeah.
there's also people talking about like they would take LSD or they would do DMT and they were like getting information.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where from?
Where from?
Yeah.
Have you done that? You've mushrooms, right?
Mushrooms, yes.
Do you have a trip?
I don't know. I've been too chicken shit to do that amount. Like I do the mellow, micro, the head change stuff like that. I've never.
They say you don't want to do it alone for sure. You got to have a guide with you.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. For sure.
That's
I've never done it. Friend in New Mexico, he's big into mushrooms.
Okay.
Wanted me to go on a trip. I haven't had the cojones to do it.
see. I've always thought, I wanted to find maybe. I think it's kind of maybe cheesy to even say, right? But like a shaman or somebody who's done it.
I was
Be
about to touch
medicine,
on
man.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
The ayahuasca
That's
trip, yeah.
Indians.
Yes.
And that was serious back then. Like that was life-changing experiences that they would do when they would
I don't
do
know
that.
if I could do 8 hours of throwing up though.
Well, so
I did once. Trip to Juarez, Mexico, Chihuahua Charlie's.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
So I'll say like LSD, which I'm not condoning LSD. How do I say this to the YouTube? Because YouTube,
Yeah.
they
We
mess
do
with-
not condone the use of drugs.
Yeah, we don't condone the use of drugs, and we're not medical professionals. Okay, there we go. LSD is you're gonna have an 8-hour trip, just like the way you do
Allegedly.
with mushrooms, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right? But the throwing up, I've never seen anybody with LSD. Now the throwing up, I've seen it with people mushrooms, and it's the two people that I've seen throw up on mushrooms. It's right before, and then all of a sudden it just hits them.
No,
right?
I've been there where I was like, oh fuck, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw up, and then it just kind of goes away, and it's like
Yeah.
this wave of
Talking about volcanoes earlier, right?
Yeah.
I know, the vomitorium. Where's that at?
That's right.
Where's the brothel?
Look for the dicks. Where's the dicks? So with the LSD though, I was way younger. I was like, man, I was a kid, man. I was like way young. When I was over 18 though. So allegedly, right? So I do remember the LSD trip was something that you definitely wanted somebody else, like a guide that had done it before. They know they can kind of like, all right, it's okay. You're going to be all right. And you definitely don't want to do it if you had a bad day or if you've just got some heavy shit on your mind, because it'll just mess it all up for you. You want to do it when at a point in your life when you're like, okay, I'm okay. Like, I'm not worried about a whole lot other than just normal life shit. You know what I mean? Not when there's been a death in the family or anything like that, because that'll mess it all up. Your mental space is wrong. So I've never been around people, but I've heard stories of people that had terrible trips
when something major, a life event like that was going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like with the LSD thing, I've always heard stories about it where it's totally mind opening for people. I didn't have that, but
Yeah.
I just had like a wild experience. It was just like a psychedelic experience.
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever do LSD. I probably DMT. You know,
Why not LSD?
Because it's something
Under
about
supervision.
I don't know. It just seems like very potent shit.
It's very
Very because it's. I mean, it's made in a lab, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's you have to mix it. You have to make the stuff.
There's
out
a
of
small
other stuff.
chance you're changed permanently.
Yeah. See, because back then,
Small.
It's minuscule.
You know, I don't know if this is even true, right? Because it was something that went around when I was younger. You know, somebody had a bad trip on LSD, right? You know, all of a sudden they're in Rivercrest and they think they're a cup of orange juice and don't push me over because I'll spill and I'll die. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to take that risk. You know, but I mean, ayahuasca is a tea, right?
Ayahuasca is a tea.
It's a tea. DMT, of course, you smoke it. It's more of a potent. Real
DMT
quick.
is like 15 minutes, I think, but you feel like you went through you lived a whole life.
Yeah, there's this.
Really?
Yeah, there's this.
I haven't done it, but the stories that I've heard, yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
There was this movie on Netflix. It was called DMT, the Spirit Molecule, and there was this one guy. He's like took 3 hits. You know, they want because you want to have that breakthrough. You know, so he took that first hit and he could feel it. He's like, all of a sudden everything's vibrating. You know, and then I put the pipe down. He's like, no, another one. You got to break through. You got to get through the launch. So he picks up the pipe again and he takes another hit, right? And then he's like, all of a sudden everything's even more intense. You know, and then he's like, puts the pipe down, and the guy's like, one more, and you're gonna launch. You're gonna go through your breakthrough. And he's like, all right, picked it up again, took another hit, and he's like, all of a sudden the world stopped, and I'm launched. I feel like I'm being launched through a tube.
Wow.
You know, he's like, what was crazy? He goes, I was only in my highness for 13 minutes. He goes, but I lived 7 lifetimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are
Believe that?
Yeah, he's like, I was born, you know, I got married, I had my kids, I died, reborn, second life.
How do you know that's not what we're experiencing right
Man, see, this is, who knows? Who really knows, you know? This is just a long trip.
Long trip.
Yeah, because there's some things, right, and I've talked about this, that are too coincidental. Like house numbers. You know, you live in a house number that I used to live in.
Yeah.
What are the chances? I walking down the street, and bam, I look down. I just happen to look down, look at the street number, and it's like, oh, it's a combination that I use every day. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just the recollection every day. Almost like I'm talking. Sometimes you're talking to people, it's like talking to your NPCs. Like I'm living through this game where it's like,
They're just like, hi, Oscar.
hey,
And it's always the same
hey.
thing every day.
Or I'll get a
Like
message.
Free Guy all over.
Yeah.
again.
Yes, you know, and just a random, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm in a game. I feel like, and sometimes I'll catch myself going,
Ready Player One.
fuck, take the helmet off, take the helmet off, take the helmet off, you know? And I'm like, and then of course I see my kids, and they're like, almost like reality sits back in. I'm like,
now?
wow.
They're not NPCs. They're not
Yeah.
characters. They're real.
Yeah, they're real, you know? And I'm like, I don't, you know, and I literally stop and I think to myself, could I live knowing that wasn't real? So I'm just like, leave it alone. My mind can't
Kind of
take it.
true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't remove a helmet and be like, I have kids, right? No, man, you're a 42-year-old single dude who's got a helmet on and you have no job.
You want to keep playing? Give us another token.
Yeah.
Living in your mama's basement.
Yeah, living in the basement. Mom, the meatloaf.
Hot Pockets, come on.
Where's my chicken nuggies?
Chicken nuggies.
So it's, you know, sometimes I do get a little weirded out by stuff like that, you know, and like doing this, really.
This is, yeah. This
You know,
is a trip.
I get random people, you know, we reach out to random people and they sit in that chair and I'm like, what do they call it? Imposter syndrome?
Oh, yeah,
You know,
I
where
get
I'm
that.
just like, what am I doing?
What am I doing?
What am I doing here? You know, I don't know anything. I can't recite stuff. I'm probably as dumb as as dumb as they come, you know? You know, maybe not.
Allegedly.
You know, maybe not. Allegedly. But I'll sit here and I'm like, who am I? What is this? What am I doing? What how did that?
It was
I feel
that
like I just-
Talking Head song, right?
Yeah.
What was that
Yeah.
one?
I'm your guide.
You're my spirit
I'm
guide.
just guiding you. Like,
Yeah. You're my Anna de Armas.
watch out for that wall.
This is not my beautiful desk.
But it's scary because what what if this isn't it? What if I do come to one day? And I'm just like, oh shit.
It's like that Rick and Morty episode
Yeah, Roy.
when they're playing that. Have you ever watched that
Nah,
cartoon?
I'm familiar with it, but I've never watched
So there's an
it.
episode when Morty, he's playing this game, right? But he doesn't know it's this game, and he's living this whole life, man.
He dies selling carpets, right?
He died. Yeah, he's got a wife and kids, and he fucking dies of I think cancer, right? While he's selling carpets or something like that.
I thought no, a carpet falls on him.
Oh, carpet falls on him. That's right. And then the game's over, and then he wakes up, and then Rick's right there, and he's like, a carpet fell on you. What the hell, man? And he was like,
That's the way the game is.
But he's standing there walking. He's like, well, what just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened? And then of course Rick gets on there and he's like, he's going off grid. It's such a good show. If you're gonna like, it makes you think. Even though my wife's like, I don't get
the
it.
early episodes are really good. I haven't watched the new stuff.
Yeah.
I have to try it out. Never seen it.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Like I don't know. It's not a kid's show.
It's definitely thought
A
provoking.
lot more, yeah.
Absolutely.
Thought provoking.
Y'all ever seen the movie? Not the movie. The show Evil.
Eagle?
Evil.
Evil.
Evil. Oh yes, yeah. I've seen it.
How he takes
Shyamalan?
shrooms.
Is that a Shyamalan movie? Maybe.
It's,
Us
it's a
Devil, I'm
show.
thinking
It's a
of.
series. It's a TV
Yeah,
series.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with
It's,
it.
well, you know how he takes shrooms to have either a deeper connection with God or to receive divine messages.
Yes.
I always thought that was kind of interesting and kind of with
Yeah.
with
Sounds
y'all what y'all
interesting.
were talking about.
So I was like, man, back back to what I was saying, a shaman and somebody who can just like, hey, we're going to go through a trip and you're going to be okay. I'd like to have my wife there because my wife's my anchor, I'm like, you don't trip with me, but just be there. Make sure I don't do something stupid.
That's like one of those sweat lodges. Like New Mexico actually has
Yeah.
those.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you know anybody in that direction, but man, it's something that I've always wanted to do, only because my fear of death. I don't know the fear of the unknown. I don't know. I don't want to. I'd like to have an experience where it's like, no, man, you're good. Everything's good.
yeah, I have the fear of death as well.
Dude, yeah.
What comes next?
Yes.
I'm Catholic. Could it be hell?
Yeah.
Who knows?
You know what? Even hell doesn't scare me.
No,
Nothing scares me.
You know what scares me?
not even spiders.
Spiders scare me.
No, what I mean is like nothing after we die.
Just
There's nothing.
that's it.
Nothingness.
It's over.
That's
You
what
know?
you think.
That's what I
It's
think.
at the end.
How
It's
about-
like turning off a screen?
You know what scares me?
Yeah.
Is the do it again.
I
yeah.
love this. God, I love
No,
this.
no.
but what if you had to
you don't
come-
come back in this one? You come back as something else. Like
I'm cool with that.
You're living in Ukraine and there's a fucking war going on, or all of a sudden you're reborn again and you're in the trenches of World War I or some shit. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like fuck.
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, you would do it over
Good luck
and
with that,
over
Oscar.
and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
I would not want
Make
to
it
do
your
it.
wish.
Yeah.
I would not want to do it over and over again. I want to. I want to ascend
I'm with
to the
Abraham
next
on
plane.
this one.
Well, no, don't get me
next
wrong.
plane.
Absolutely.
I would love to go there, but it's like if it's like I don't know, you just redo this, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Nah.
But
You know?
redo it like when you were born this time, or
Oh, it doesn't
being
matter.
born in
It
2037
doesn't
or
matter.
something like
It
that.
doesn't
Really?
matter. Yeah.
You would just be willing to do
I don't
it
think I'd be
Yeah,
comfortable.
like if
over
if
over. No,
no, if there was
I don't wanna
no,
do it again.
I love this. Like I'm not rich. I've never born.
I don't dislike it, but once is enough.
You're the
You know?
guide. You're trying to guide us back.
come back. Wait, where you guys going? Come here.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise, guys. Follow me. You like surprises, right?
He just comes
You
out with
know?
a red balloon.
But
Oh shit!
yeah, but like if what I mean is like if there was nothing to ascend to, I wouldn't want to go to hell, obviously, and I don't want there to be nothing. I'm cool with, hey man, hit reset on this game. Let's do this again.
Interesting.
I feel like there's levels. It's spiritual.
Oh, yeah,
when you get to
spiritual.
that point, it's spiritual, and I feel like there's levels to it, and we're just not even. We're on the bottom part of it right now. I feel like it just it gets better.
Maybe.
I still feel like
I
maybe
hope so.
that you think like that, Oscar, because you take time in a different way. You're like, okay, we've done all this. What else could be next? What could be the next go round?
Yeah. Yeah. What could be, whether it be good or bad, I'm just like, all right. It's temporary.
Well, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
right?
whatever happens, happens. Yeah, even if it's another 30, it depends on how long I live in the next life. It's just temporary. I'm like, yeah, we'll knock
It
this
is
one out.
what it is. It's not what it isn't.
That's right. Yeah, I'm golden, man. Let's just hit reset on this bad boy, put this helmet back on. You know,
Ready
unless
Player One.
unless I'm just a shitty dude in the next life, you know. Or it's like if I take my helmet off, and I'm like, oh, this sucks.
He was a serial killer.
Wow, what do you have to go there?
You never know. You come back at whatever they put
Yeah.
you back at.
What if I was like,
Just kill the bad guys, though.
Yeah.
Was that Dexter, right?
Dexter.
Yeah.
Dexter's cool.
That kind of reminds me of like that
got a code?
Hellraiser Judgment Day or whatever, where
Never
he
seen
at the very
Hellraiser.
end.
You never seen Hellraiser?
No, never have.
Oh wow! See, I even come back as that. That'd be cool. A Cinnabite?
I said I like it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, man.
Pain is pleasure.
We love Jerry.
We love Jerry.
To the Rick and Morty reference.
you gotta watch a.
Like,
Yeah, you gotta watch.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's
I'll work on
captivating.
that, gentlemen. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. You'll come back and be like, my life has changed. I love it. Oh man, this is. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very
You're
much.
very
Yeah, I had
welcome,
a
gentlemen.
great conversation.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you'll come back.
Absolutely. Love
Thank
to.
you.
Yeah. Any plugs? Yeah. Any plugs?
No.
No?
Somebody's listening here in San Angelo, come by and buy a knife or a sword.
Yeah. Or two.
Go
Or three.
visit
Sure.
Blades and Banners in the Sunset Mall.
Yeah. You want to have a good conversation, man. You are the one to hit. The one to
Thanks,
come talk to. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I learned some stuff. God, I love learning stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to
Yeah, me
retain it
too.
all.
The sword.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks a lot for
That's
the sword.
beautiful.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you
gentlemen.
very much.
Absolutely.
So
This
much.
thing's gonna
My
turn
pleasure.
into a like when it's all said and done, man. We'll be able to take a picture of this desk. I'm like, yeah, dude, everything's on.
there it is.
I get it why Joe Rogan has all this stuff on his table.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's cool.
People bring something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, man, Michael, thank you again for coming
You're
on.
welcome.
I'll be seeing you soon. I'm definitely gonna reach back out because man, we have a lot of subjects to talk.
That's right, we do.
We do. Hey guys, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
What to do?
What to do?